Yo, what is up, my gamers in Christ? How are we doing today? Today is the date of April 23rd of 2026. I hope we are doing well. I am a little late, so let me put our goal up for the day and all that fun jazz. But we are here for another day of MAGA debates, ladies and gentlemen, debating with our fellow brethren. Hour of stream. One moment. Sorry, guys. Plus, friendly call-ins. I should have been a little more prepared. I apologize. Okay? I'm sorry. We're not all perfect out here. Anyways, we've got that, and then we'll ask the question of the day. Oh, I almost clicked member only live stream. We don't want to do that. What should this the question of the day be? Is Kash Patel? Ooh, is Pete Hegseth an alcoholic? I think that's a great question. I think it really gets at the heart of what people care about, in my opinion. Anyways, feel free to call in if you guys disagree. We are looking for those that still support this administration somehow. I don't know how you do, but, you know, some people still do. Unfortunately, some people still believe that this administration is doing well. I can't believe it, but that's just what people think. You say they got ICE funded? I saw that. I'm gonna be looking into it later. But, I did see that. Anyways, feel free to call in. Sorry, I was just looking at something in my purview. Lots of disappointment in the Trump Bay Area, ladies and gentlemen. It is not looking good for Donald Trump. It is not, and it's not looking good for the Republicans, as we just recently won a referendum in Virginia by about 4 points to gerrymander the shit out of that state. Get us, like, I think it's gonna go from, like, I think it was 4 representatives to 10. I don't know. It's gonna be a huge shift over to the left. Asking, does a bear shit in the woods in a slightly different way? Yeah. Anyways, MAGA, feel free to call in, and if this is your guys' first time here, I do 2 shows every day. One in the morning where I talk about news and politics, and then one in the evening where I debate people. The new Virginia map is crazy? That's what I've heard. I need to take a look at the actual map now. But I know Republicans are shaking in their boots knowing what's coming. They are afraid. They're saying, no, please, we want more seats. Well, unfortunately for them, this is going to be such a blowout for the Democrats. It's going to be pretty hard for, oh, we got our first caller. It's going to be pretty hard for them to, come back.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. So do you disagree with anything I've said on the live so far, or with the prompt?
Obviously the live just started, so I know you've been talking. I just came on, knew you were live round 4, so wanted to call in. Trump
thank you.
Makes America look weak. Disagree. I don't know, like, in which way? Like,
He's just worse for the country by far, in almost every aspect, in my opinion.
as in, like, Middle East policy, Eastern Europe, China?
All of it. He's bad at all of it, man.
I would say, in regards to China, I think because of him taking out Maduro in Venezuela, that did show some bit of strength to China.
Well, the same regime is still in charge, though, so it didn't
Oh
really
yeah,
do
I agree. I
much.
agree. The same regime is in charge, but they took Maduro out and basically forced Venezuela to stop oil exports to China, and
Well,
said
there
you
wasn't
gotta,
that. Yeah.
it's ours, and then said it's ours. That shows strength. You could say, hey, I don't like that he didn't get rid of the regime. Completely justifiable criticism, but he did make America look more powerful to China because we're willing to go in and just dispose of leaders if we wish to, and force them to align more closely to our foreign policy objectives.
Well, what I would say on the oil front is there wasn't that much oil coming out of Venezuela to begin with. Again, the infrastructure there is very aged, it's very weak. And I think if anything, this sets a precedent on the world stage, does it not? That you can invade your neighbors if you have enough power.
Well, that is an element of strength. Like, unfortunately, that is what
That's not
empire strength
strength.
looks
To
like.
have strength would be getting a diplomatic means for the people of Venezuela to finally have a representative democracy. All we did was just take out some dude.
Yeah, but he made them align more closely with our foreign policy objectives. That is a show of strength.
How do you know that? How do you know
How do I know that?
Yeah.
I'm presuming
Like what
because we
military
took them out, they're
actions?
scared. What
Yeah,
military
like
actions would
what
Venezuela
actions
take?
are they going to do to actually support us? Like what's going on?
Well,
I
they're
feel
going to
like we
probably
just
most
took out
likely
the
stop.
leader.
We're most likely going to have them stop exporting oil to China. So, and you can say that's not a lot, but that's still a show of strength. It still shows
That's
that we
not
have
really
dominance over our hemisphere.
diplomatic means are way more a sign of strength because that
Sure.
lets the world know
Yeah.
that we're in a position to actually deal. When we use our
think
military in this way, it makes us look weak because
Well, I mean-
not only are we exposing our capabilities to the people in the country we're invading, but when you use the big stick, you realize it cracks really quick. So that's the best
Well,
way
I
I
would-
would
I would disagree because, and I and many on the left, including you, I'm presuming, have for the last couple of years been criticizing Russia's invasion of Ukraine, right?
yes.
Now, why do you resist it? Because you see
Why
them
do
as
I
a
resist
threat
it?
to our Western world order, and that shows that you are scared of them, therefore demonstrating that they have some sort of
Wait,
strength by
wait.
invading
I'm not afraid
Ukraine.
of Russia. I think Russia's a little pussy ass
I think
bitch.
they're
I
a
feel
bit
like
weak,
we could
too.
stomp them.
Well, okay, but a lot of people I know have been talking nonstop about how Russia's a threat. Like,
Well,
I think
Russia's
they're
an
the least threat.
adversary. To you, I don't like to use words like threat. I think they're an adversary. So
Look, I don't
they
think they're a
are
threat.
competing for a world that looks different than what America's vision of the world is. And they are presumed to have the power to try to enforce that world vision. So I would say they're an adversary. They're not a
Well,
threat.
yes, but that does show that they have strength. If they have the power to put
They
into
have
place
some
that world
strength,
vision,
but
they
they're
have
being
strength.
the
And
reason
I'm
I
using
support
that
yeah.
reasoning, just use it to America. We showed strength by taking out Maduro in a very clean operation with no deaths. I don't know if someone got wounded or
there
not.
were very many wounded.
No, I meant many, as in Maduro's.
Well, Maduro wasn't wounded, but one of our pilots and I think
Okay.
someone else got injured
Well,
by the
yeah, that's
anti-aircraft fire.
obviously, yeah. That's why I said none dead, and then I said, oh, maybe none wounded, and I retracted my words and said, well, maybe that's not
Yeah.
true. But my point is, obviously, 2 wounded, maybe a few more. Not actually bad, considering we took out their leader and took out a sizable chunk of their military, made them redirect towards our foreign policy objectives.
We didn't
That
take
does show
out
strength.
much of their military. All we did was destroy anti-aircraft capabilities. But
Well, that's really important. I mean, when
it's really.
aircraft-
I mean, if they're on our side now, it's actually bad, right?
Oh, now, yeah, I agree. Now we should be rebuilding them. But in the time
I don't think we're gonna
of
rebuild
when we
them.
attacked them, no, I don't think so either. But if we were, in the time that we attacked them, when we attacked them, we took out their anti-aircraft. That's a show of strength, and that's big.
But
That's
it's
big
not a show of
because
strength. You're
air.
still not.
Yes,
The fact that one
clearly
of our
proved.
choppers got hit at all is a big deal.
Well,
Our
obviously,
military
casualties happen in
depends on
war.
the ambiguity of how strong we are. It
Well,
does.
obviously, okay. Well, I think thinking that nothing will happen if we have if we attack another country is a bit utopian in nature. Obviously, people are going to get injured. We might lose some military personnel, something like that. And personally, if you want to ask my view on Venezuela, I don't know what my view on it is. I have mixed views on it, but I'm trying to demonstrate that we are showing strength that way, and so just hear me
I
out
don't
here.
think so. But
Yes,
yeah,
we
go
did.
on.
We did. Like, that's why
We
the
didn't show
world
strength.
reacted.
What you know what it would have been a true show of strength if we took out the regime and installed the civilian democracy and
Sure.
allowed
And
the
potentially
Nobel Peace winner to have her day in government. But I guess I'm just too rose-tinted glasses, right? That totally wasn't achievable.
Well, I think that was achievable, actually. That being said,
that would have been a show of strength.
I
This
think
is
that
just
being
like
said, that would have been
using-
a greater show of strength.
yeah,
I
but
don't
this
deny
is
that,
just
but I think
this is just
taking
like
Maduro
a
out
very
was a show of strength.
obvious using Maduro as a political win. It's so obvious to
Isn't that a
everyone.
show of strength?
No.
Isn't that a show of strength?
No, not at all.
Okay.
To get a political win because your support is waning at home,
And
just
take
to pick somebody up, that's not very strong.
Right, take somebody out, arrest him, just a couple wounded, no one's dead. I mean, that's a show of strength right there. I think that shows the might of the American military. And look, you can object
In a
to how it
vacuum,
was
maybe,
done.
but with the extenuating factors of the Iran war now that we have to contend with
Well,
all
hold on,
these
hold on.
other factors.
I was debating hemispheric control in relation to China with Venezuela. I agree with you on the Middle East and Iran, but I was debating Venezuela and hemispheric
Well, that's great,
control.
but we
That's
don't
two
exist
different.
within a vacuum either.
I understand that. I was debating that one topic. If we want to debate Iran now, I'm
No, we
totally
can
open
no,
to
let's
that.
stay on Western Hemisphere
All right,
control
all right,
because I
cool.
think it's interesting. So you think because we took out one person in the regime, they're going to 100% not be like, they're not sneaking anything past us. They're not planning for a revolt. I mean, we don't even have troops in the country. How are we supposed to know that
I think we
everything
scared
is
the
just
living
fine
daylights
and
out of them.
dory?
We
Huh?
scared the living daylights out of them.
Oh,
we
you
found their
think?
location. We took their leader out. In a surgical operation. That is scary.
Not
Like, think about
really.
that. Think
I
about the
mean, any world power with an expeditionary force could probably do that. Maybe with more wounded and a couple more dead,
well,
but
yes, that's my point. We had a couple wounded and none dead. That is amazing.
wow.
That's amazing.
What did we actually change in terms of them
we
supporting
changed the
us?
regime and we scared the living daylights
We
out
didn't
of
change the
them, that they
regime.
align
You're
more
wrong
closely to
about
us.
that. We didn't
Well,
change
no,
the regime.
I said we changed them. We took out Maduro. We replaced him with his vice
The
president.
second in command
Yes,
of the
I know.
dictatorial
Obviously, but
regime.
now
Why aren't we
they're
enforcing
scared out of their
elections?
minds.
Why aren't
They're
we
scared out of
telling
their
them
minds now.
why then if
Because
they're
that's not how the
scared, why
US
aren't they
works.
doing elections?
We've never been a democracy country.
Bro,
Like,
yes
I'm
we
sorry.
have. That's like the
we're a
casus
republic,
belli for
but
half
we've
of our
never succeeded in spreading democracy to other nations because it can't
That's
come
great.
from the U.S. government. It has to
That's
come from
great.
the people, and it has
I
to come
disagree,
from their heart.
but that's good.
I mean, look at Afghanistan. That failed.
Yeah, we
sorry,
shouldn't have
it's a-
left Afghanistan.
You want to say that to the veterans who died there? You want to say that
Yeah,
to
I
all
do. I
people-
want to say sorry that politicians got cold feet and decided to piss away all your service and all your sacrifice.
Well, I would say to these service members, sorry that you had to go fight a war that was never. You had to go fight someone that was never a threat to the U.S.
Oh, never
And
a
you should have
threat.
never had to fight
Afghanistan, the Taliban who killed countless people, never a threat.
Who? Americans in Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Americans in Afghanistan? When has
Yes,
the Taliban
have
ever
you-
launched a missile against the U.S.? When have they ever
Oh, they've
attacked
never launched a
American soil?
missile. It's just
Yeah, you
terrorist.
whispered my
Yeah,
point.
they don't really do missiles. They do more like terrorist attacks and
But
stuff
when
like
did they ever
that.
do a terrorist attack on the U.S.? Are you referencing
That's a
9/11
great
and
question.
Al-Qaeda?
When did Al Qaeda ever do a
Al-Qaeda
terrorist
was in
attack on the
Afghanistan.
U.S.?
Okay, Al-Qaeda was in Afghanistan, but that wasn't even a fault. That was a serious fault in our CIA.
That's a
and
good
it
point,
seems like
Lisa.
they
Are
might
you
have
combat
let it work.
age, sir? Are you
By
willing to
combat
go
age?
out? Yeah, are you combat age?
Am I willing to go die for not defending? Am I willing to go die and not have to defend? Sorry, I'm trying to rephrase it here. I'm getting lost in middle words. Am I willing to go die for a war that is not in self-defense of this country? No. End of story.
Well,
No.
Well, that's interesting. I feel if I was
And the
called to the
Constitution
draft and they
says that.
accept me, I'm going straight to the front lines. I'd fight on Ukraine.
You'd fight for Ukraine. You'd fight. Look.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Look,
Fuck
man,
the Russians.
I understand. And look, I like that idealistic.
Idealistic. Anyways,
look,
that was just a comment I saw. Let's get back to Venezuela because that's way more interesting. So, you think because we replaced Maduro with his second in command, you think that's seriously going to have them start doing things in our favor?
Yeah,
Also,
I think
this
it's scary
doesn't take into account what about all the cartels that have a lot of control inside. I don't think they're going to be okay with
in
the
Venezuela, or
U.S.
do you mean in
There's a lot in Venezuela too. There's
still
drug
Venezuela?
groups
Well,
in
we weren't going
Venezuela.
to.
It wasn't
Yes,
that the whole casus
technically-
belli for why we took Maduro?
Yes, that was the lie given. I think we went in there to get the oil, make sure the oil was for us, and to
That's great.
punish Maduro for aligning with China to some degree. We wanted Maduro to align more with us. We're trying to secure control all of our hemisphere a bit more. And I
Well,
think we
why
could do it better
control
if that
our
was our goal.
hemisphere when we can control the entire world, which is what we were doing in the 2000s and for a
It
while
wasn't
in the
really working, though.
2010s?
It
It
wasn't
has
really
been working.
though.
What are you talking about?
No,
We've
there
been
were
the global
massive
hegemon
plot
for the
holes.
past fucking 2
Yeah,
decades.
and
And
look,
we've been
good
kicking
things don't last
ass. We've been
forever.
doing amazing.
Good
What are you
things don't last
talking
forever.
about?
Good things don't last forever. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Because
So
while
now
for a-
why are we withdrawing from being the global hegemon?
Because we can't afford it. We're $40 trillion.
Bro,
in
yes
debt
we
if keep
can.
on.
How much of that debt is owed to the American taxpayer?
Majority of the debt is
it's a majority
composed
of the
Social
debt.
Security, Medicaid, and Medicare, and interest on the debt. Then it goes to military expenditures. But Trump looks like he's
Yeah.
willing to increase it to $1.5 trillion. Now that seems most likely for the war in Iran, but it does appear that he is willing to increase.
Yeah, so the
military-
debt isn't actually something to be that afraid of, right? It's
Yes, it
really
is.
not something.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
it's
it is.
not, bro. What would happen? What would happen if China says, "We need our money now"? Do you really think they're gonna invade us over the money? Also, I have a question too. I have a question too. Why it's
destroy
not
the
something to be
financial
afraid
system.
of because most of this is paid back through taxes and stuff like that.
Most of it is paid back through taxes. I don't think we have enough money to cover the entire $40 trillion of debt.
Yeah, but you understand that debt it's a deceptive number because it's not quite it doesn't quite reflect the situation of what the debt is and how it works. Like, you understand we can have a high debt, but our GDP is doing great. That's what most Americans feel is the
is going great
GDP.
because our government is spending significant.
And you understand the
money.
only person to actually balance the budget, I think it was Bill Clinton, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm fully aware that
Yeah.
Bill Clinton did that.
So
you
if
know
you're
what?
afraid of the debt, why are you supporting Donald Trump, who is increasing our debt?
Well, I think. Well, I'm criticizing Trump over that right now. So I just criticized him over him raising the national debt, about the $1.5 trillion in expenditures he wants from Congress. So for military money. So I mean, look, I look to.
Did you vote for Donald Trump? Just
Yeah.
wondering. Okay, got you. Yeah,
Look,
well, if you're
I-
afraid of the
look-
debt, then I wouldn't have voted for Donald Trump. I knew he was going to do
Well,
this shit.
Kamala would have just continued stuff too. So I think, in
How do
my
you know
opinion, it was
that?
voting for the lesser of two evils because she wasn't willing to cut Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare.
Bro, because
and-
people depend on
Well,
those. What are you
well,
talking
you know what?
about?
It's leading to potentially the financial destruction of
No,
America.
it's not. We
and a
can pay
large
for all
recession.
of this. We're the richest
Ev-
nation in the world. What are you talking
Every
about?
single, Brookings Institute, most milquetoast mainstream institute you can ask for, they even say this debt could destroy this country.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm sure some
Yes,
fucking
they do.
MAGA hire at the Brookings
Do you even
Institute.
know what the Brookings Institute is?
No, not
Pretty
at all.
milquetoast. It's pretty
Yeah.
milquetoast. It's not.
No,
it's
I'm
like
kidding,
Rhino
but-
Republican. It's like people. I don't know if you would, but people similar to the political center would be fans of it.
That's great. Anyways, are you going to contend with, well, if you want to lower the debt, I'm not going to take you seriously because you say you're so afraid of the debt, but you voted for a dude who was guaranteed to raise the national debt.
And Kamala was guaranteed to raise the debt.
Oh,
too.
so you think Kamala, why would you think that?
She's not. I just explained it. She's not willing to cut the three of the four.
She's
leading
not
causes.
willing to cut one of
Security
the
Medicaid
only
Medicare.
social safety nets we have in America?
That's, by the way, leading to future destruction of our kids.
How is it
future.
leading? You haven't explained how it's leading. It's just because
Because
the debt is
if-
increasing?
If
How?
China, if China or other countries come to the U.S. and they say, "Hey, we want our money back now. We bought those bonds. They've matured. We want the money now." What's going to happen? The U.S. is going to say, we don't have the money.
We're going to
and
say
it's gonna
fuck
go
off,
back
and
down.
they're going to walk away with their tail
Yeah, 'cause
behind their
China's
legs.
just going to walk off like that. China's
They
just gonna
are.
walk
We're
off,
the most
no money.
powerful country in the world.
Okay, sure. Let's say China walks off, no money. U.S. dollar, zero.
Oh, yes.
instantly.
How will that happen? Why will that
Because
happen?
we
Because they
just
sold off
demonstrated
all
we
their
can't pay
bonds?
for our own debt. It's useless. Our dollar is built off of our debt, thanks to the Federal Reserve and the banking cartel there. It's completely useless.
I don't think that's exactly how our currency
That
works.
is how it worked. You know
It's
who
tied to
else
a
created
couple
the Federal
things,
Reserve?
actually, not just our debt.
1913, Jekyll Island. You had the Aldrich Bill, and you had the leading J.P. Morgan, and you had the Rockefeller
And
representatives.
they all
the
got
Warburg
together and they said,
representatives.
it's over. No,
They
we're
created the
taking all the
Aldrich Bill,
money. We're
pushed through
big
a
banking
banking cartel
town.
called the Federal
It's big
Reserve.
banking. Big banking
What?
time.
Yes, the banks are.
That's what they did.
Are very much destroying the money
They
supply.
said it's the big banking time. No, I think you've got your history a little mixed up there, but that's
I
okay.
don't actually.
No,
do you
I
know
don't,
about what I'm
actually. That's
discussing?
great.
1913 Jekyll Island.
Bro, I'm talking about 2026 United
Yes,
States of
yes.
America.
And we're talking about the national debt and how the national debt leads to our dollar being worth nothing, and our dollar is based
But
off
you
of
haven't
that
explained
debt
it. You just
because
said Jekyll Island.
Jekyll Island. off the
Okay,
coast of
explain
Georgia.
it. Explain.
Right,
How does
okay,
that equal?
so-
How does the Jekyll Island 1913 make our dollar only tied to the debt? Please tell me.
Well, it's not only. I'd also argue petrodollar to some degree, but that's based off
Oh,
of
so it's tied
how
to a
much
couple
strength we can show
things,
to the
huh?
world.
It's not
Yeah, I
just
think
tied
it
to
is.
it.
I think
Yeah,
it's
like
tied to a couple things.
probably
But
tied to
what I mean by the
inflation
debt-
more than the debt. Which
What?
inflation does have, debt and inflation do have, they intermingle.
The debt
so
and inflation are related because one way we're able to pay for the debt is by selling bonds to the Federal Reserve to then just create artificial money and pay the U.S. government the bonds, increasing the money supply.
all right. So this is an interesting combo, but I'm still not convinced that this any of this is, establishing our Western dominance or whatever.
What? Because we were discussing Western dominance in Venezuela. Then we got onto the topic of the debt, and I was trying to explain how because
Yeah,
our
I know.
money
Debt is a
supply
triggering word to a lot of
based off of-
Republicans.
What?
Anyways, man, let's get out back to Venezuela. So,
All right, yeah, sure. I'm willing to do
yeah,
that. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
willing to do
let's
that.
get back to Venezuela. I'm trying to make it as digestible as possible. So, how does it? I'm still not convinced what your argument is that we take out Maduro, and then it's all. How do you know that the drug cartels that run Venezuela was our casus belli to actually getting Maduro? How do we know that they're not going to take over operations or that they haven't already?
They might have, but that's not the goal in Venezuela was to show dominance and to ensure that parties in Venezuela align themselves with the U.S. objective foreign policy, not China's.
But I
drug
don't think we're
cartels
doing that. What have we done to show that?
taking out Maduro, and then
Oh,
oil
okay.
exports to China
So they're
dropping.
not so they don't have to be on our side. We just took out their leader, and that makes China wet their
Well, they are
pants.
technically on our side because we got them to stop doing oil exports to China. So yes, that would be, and the oil is not ours, technically speaking, because we just took their oil
Oh,
and
that's
we
great.
have control over it.
Yeah, that's not going to
Look,
build
we can disagree.
resentment at
No,
all,
we
is
can.
it?
I
Like what
I
am
think
I, I'm just waiting until like one of the and also so number 1 to deal with the oil thing. No company is investing in Venezuelan oil. It'd be too
yes,
much infrastructure to actually get. And all
yes.
of the major oil companies laughed in Trump's face. So we're not getting any
In
oil
times of
from
need, in
Venezuela
times of
besides
need,
the meager 300,000 barrels per day that they provide
in
in their
times of
current
need,
infrastructure.
I think if the Strait of Hormuz is blocked for longer, I think oil executives and oil companies might look towards Venezuela more
No, they're
interestingly.
loving this. They're loving this. What are you talking about?
Well,
The
obviously,
price of
okay,
oil is going, they're making
make
a
more
shit
money.
ton of money, man.
But if they feel like they can make more money by selling oil out of Venezuela, they might do that because it might start hurting them in the long run.
How so?
Because they could start oil might be redirected so that it's no longer under U.S. control and it's under more Saudi and Israeli control.
What? What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Because Persian Gulf is right now blocked still by Iran. So all the oil that was flowing out of the Persian Gulf is now going to be diverted to Saudi Arabia. Saw news articles about this. It's now going to be diverted to Saudi Arabia. And I think in the future, so that we evade the Houthis, oil's going to be – they're going to build a new oil pipeline to Israel, giving Israel power over the oil going to Europe and such. It's a
So,
ploy
just a
to
lot
get
of wait
Israel
and
to benefit.
see.
I think so. I think it's a credible
Venezuela
theory,
is
but like I
the
said, it's a
so we
theory. It's a
gotta
lot of speculation.
this is the cope though. This is wait and see. This isn't like
Yeah.
actual facts.
Well, it takes time for geopolitical things to occur. Like it doesn't. It's not like overnight. Like in the West,
I
we love
agree.
thinking it's like instantaneous, but it's not. Like it takes
I
time
never said
for
it
stuff to
was,
occur.
but I'm not seeing any appetite from oil execs right now, nor in the future, being
Well, we
interested
can't
in
see
this
the
oil. A
future,
lot of
so
people are just trying to wait it out and thinks Trump is going to taco, so
yeah. But Trump could
as he
also not
has
taco. I
done,
mean,
as he
he's
has
been paid
already done multiple
$250 million
times.
by Israel. So,
Huh?
and we know for a fact that they're the Adelsons and all that. Is it the Adelsons? Adelsons. Mary Adelson, like they want him to take out the Iranian regime because it's a threat to Israel. So I could absolutely see Trump continuing this blockade to maybe weaken Iran or take out Iran completely or something. In which case, oil would flow back to the Persian Gulf, destroying my theory. So possibility that my theory is wrong, but I think as it stands right now, it's still fairly correct. We'll just have
I don't
to
know.
see a
Yeah,
bit.
but it requires a lot to go in your direction, and that implies that Iran is not going to be, or the current regime is not going to be in control, which I don't see
Yeah,
that
yeah, and
happening.
my theory wouldn't be correct. You don't think the Iranian regime will get taken out eventually? Because
No,
I mean,
not really. They're not showing any signs right
look,
now of
I
being
agree.
taken
They're not
out.
showing them right now, but I think if they start getting wear down continuously, they might start breaking. And
Yeah, that worked with
that could
Hamas,
happen. Look,
right? That worked with
I'm
Hamas.
praying that won't
Oh,
happen
wait, it
because they're
didn't.
the only force right now preventing Israel from taking over the Middle East and creating the Greater Israel state. And I don't
So
want
wait,
that to
do you have
happen.
an issue? Like, you seem to have like a bit of an issue with Israel, and I'm just wondering, if you have such a problem with Israel, why did you vote for a guy that said he would be Israel's best friend?
Yeah, I was pro-Israel until like later this year. I woke up to Israel, as many on the right did. I think we've been told lies for the past couple decades, specifically Christian conservatives like me. We must support Israel. Jews are God's chosen people. God commands us to support Israel. All lies. We don't need to. God commands us to love one another and to love, and of course to love Jews and not persecute them. But He does not command us to make a state for Jews. That's not like a necessary thing for us to do.
Well, I think you were lied to, man, and I would be personally
Yeah, I
very
was.
upset
And I'm honest
upset
with it.
about that. You were lied to, and I understand you're coming to the fold now, but you're still holding on to a lot of the Trump lies, man.
Well,
You
I don't
know.
know if taking Venezuela was actually a good idea, but I do think it did show some strength. So that's my take on Venezuela, because that's what we were starting to discuss. We can argue about the
Yeah,
moral
but
parts of it. Like, is it morally right to just go and take another nation's oil because you feel like it? Is that moral? Like, that's theft. Do we think that's moral? Or, I think there's some questions regarding, is this actually in America's best interest to get involved over in South America again? But I do think it did show strength, and I think you were wrong there. And personally, I don't know what to think of the whole Venezuela situation. I
yeah,
still
but
have
your
very
your
conflicting thoughts on it.
Venezuela theory depends on a lot of things going right. The only benefit you've told me is, well, if the Strait of Hormuz continues to be shut down, but I don't see Trump continuing on with this. I think we're probably gonna
Well,
get a deal
perhaps,
here in about 10 weeks, maybe. But it's not gonna be
perhaps.
shut down forever.
Oh, I agree. I think if I want to go back to that argument, I might have. I've thought of something new. If I'm going to be honest, perhaps if we discuss it, the war.
Greater
What the
Israel.
hell is it? 45. So I'm just thinking here. I think it could be possible that we might invest more into Venezuela so that we have more oil freedom from other parts of the world. Like we have oil freedom just here in the Western Hemisphere. And I could see that as potentially occurring under a more hemispherical, America First future administration, which
Yeah,
is
all
rising
of
on the
this
right.
has
By
to
the way,
depend on
if we
future
want to talk about
administrations.
what?
I mean, what you're banking on future
Well,
administrations
here's the
now.
reason why. Here's the reason why. Now,
Yeah,
a
I
lot
don't
of the
think.
youth out there, and I don't like this guy very much, but a lot of the youth out there support Nicolas J. Fuentes, and he
Oh
supported
God,
this
not
attack on
Nick.
Venezuela. And his support is rising among young men. And
Wow, that's
particularly
great.
when we're discussing men who are interested into politics and they're
What about
infiltrating
men that are
themselves
into
into the
furries?
Republican establishment,
Yeah,
right?
I do wonder. Like, have you seen that video of him going on a cat date, a cat boy date? Have you seen that?
I've heard about it.
You should
But
watch it. It's very enlightening.
well, aren't you bisexual? Like, aren't you for that stuff anyways?
I am, but Nicholas J. Fuentes isn't. So I just think it's a little hypocritical of
I
him.
still don't know about the whole Catboy Cammy thing.
He
because
loves cat boys.
I
He
don't know
does.
about
He's a
that.
fan of them, man. He loves
I
them.
don't know.
He
I
loves
mean,
cat boys. He says, "Give
people
me some of
speculate
that."
about
Never
that.
mind.
I see the potential, but at the same time,
No,
I don't
he
know.
is.
Like,
I mean, have you seen the video of him picking his boogie and eating it?
I think a lot of people do that. I still do that.
Whoa! Don't do that. That's bad for you.
Well, so is being bisexual. I don't think taking.
I don't think. I think
stuff
picking your
from a guy
boogies
isn't
and
good.
potentially getting sepsis in your
I
nose
would
is
say
far
be
more
careful
of an
out there,
issue
man, 'cause
than
you don't
me
wanna
being
get AIDS,
bisexual.
but okay. I would say you don't want to get AIDS.
You
So,
like Nikki
or HIV.
Fuentes, eh? You're a Nikki fan.
Well, like
That's
I said, I
good.
disagreed with him over this Venezuela thing.
Do you disagree with him going on the Catboy date too?
I don't know much about it, but I don't know the full story about it, so I'm not willing to judge someone over something like that. Like,
But you're willing to judge me for being bisexual and potentially getting AIDS. He would definitely
yes,
plowed
yes,
that
I
bussy, you
am.
know what I'm saying?
What?
He tapped that. No way he didn't.
Well, I thought Catboy Cammy was a guy. There's no. How is there pussy then?
Bussy? Boy pussy?
That's not a thing. That's not. Oh, you mean that? Okay.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a
I
joke.
see it. I see it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
I
a
get
joke.
the,
Yeah, he
what-
tapped
I-
that for sure.
We don't know. Now I know you might.
We gotta speculate. He was just looking like he was about to chow down on a 24-hour buffet, but we can speculate for sure.
Well, look. I can speculate. It's fair to speculate on Nikki Fuentes, and but it's all speculation. Now you just openly admitted you're bisexual, so
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not afraid to hide it like Nick.
Well, I don't know. We haven't.
Yeah, but Nick is probably not bi. I mean, have you seen him with a? I don't think I've ever seen him show interest in women.
Yeah, he has actually. If you watched his streams.
Oh, unfortunately, I don't frequent Nicky's
well, maybe
streams.
You should, before you talk about someone, watch them. Like, like I watch Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian. I watch you, man, and and obviously I don't know everything about you, but I knew enough that you're bisexual to be able to talk about that. But
that's it. I'm glad that's one of my traits. Bisexual, good trait. But I mean, if I'm getting the bisexual tag, Nick has to get the Catboy lover tag.
Well, no, because he might not have actually done anything with Catboy Cammy. I've had friends where I personally had friends where people might think that I'm, I've had friends where it might appear, how do I say this, that, oh, maybe I'm gay because I'm hanging out with some gay band kid or something. But I'm not, and I'm not even a band kid. Or I wasn't. Well, college, I guess. Now I'm in college. But, yeah. So what I'm trying to get at is when it comes to stuff like Catboy Cammy and all that, you just have to be careful because you don't know him personally. I don't know him personally. I feel like judging someone on something he might not have done is pretty not fair to Nick.
Yeah, because Nick deserves all the grace in the world.
He's
never said anything
like
bad.
This. Yeah, I think he does.
But I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I can go on a Catboy date because I like men and I like women. But for him to go on a femboy cat date is a little weird. Just gonna say it.
I understand.
It's a little strange for him to sit on his pulpit every day and say that, it's bad to be gay, but meanwhile, he's plowing a cat femboy.
But we don't know if he was doing that. You're speculating.
Yeah, we don't know. That's true. We have no idea.
I know for a fact that you like men and you might get AIDS from that because you said you're bisexual. Nick has never said anything like that. Our only evidence is that he's hanged out with someone that is a femboy of sorts. That's it. That's the only evidence. Now, he's also hanged out with Destiny. He's also hanged out with numerous other people. Do you think he's like Destiny? Do you think he's a child
no,
molester
because
like
he wasn't looking like he was about to devour Destiny like a 5-course meal, man, a 5-star meal.
How do you know that he looked like that? Like
I've seen the video. He looked like he was having a good time. He looked in love, man. I was like, oh, that's good for Nick.
People can be happy, not be in love. Like I've often been very friendly with women and not be in love with them, and be very happy with their company, not be in love with them. So
yeah, of course, but I think it's a little hypocritical, don't you, to be judging people, but going on a Catboy date. To be judging people of the LGBT, and yet
I don't go to Catboy dates.
Well, he does. He does.
Well, he didn't go on a date. He was just hanging out with the guy. I hang out with gay guys sometimes too.
Do you go to like a special diner and that looks really like fun and like you would take a date there? Do you do that?
I've been to fun places with my friends. Obviously. Of course, but not. Do you mean like a certain kind, like that club diner, like that kind of diner, like?
Well, I mean the diner he was at. We're told we're not taking sides. Sorry, yeah, the diner he was at is the one I'm specifically talking about.
Could you describe the diner? Like, was it like an actual gay?
Yeah, here I'm getting it up real quick. I'm getting it up.
How do you know it was?
I'll just give you a description of what it looks like.
Okay.
All right, so it's like. Bro, this is the gayest diner you could ever be at.
Wait, are you judging gay people? You're bisexual and you're judging gay people? That's just kind of hypocritical.
Yeah, totally. I'm the one judging gay people.
And you said it looked
Oh,
like a gay
look
diner
at
in a
this.
negative
This is so
connotation.
cute. All right. This is so cute. So they went to an arcade together. And it looks
Okay.
like Nick is having a lot of fun here.
And I've had funs with guys and girls at arcades and not be romantically interested in them at all.
Yeah, of course. I don't know, man. This one does look pretty. Well, here, I'll let it continue. There's this pink. Wow. Like Nick looks so happy in this video.
Yes, and I look happy too when I'm with my guy friends and we're hanging out and we're joking about stuff but we're not gay, like, you know.
Like
I'm
so
not
this
gay.
is so the how I would describe the diner is like 50s nostalgia. They look like they're having fun eating hot dogs together.
Well, hot
Isn't that
dogs taste good.
Yeah, especially when eaten by your favorite cat femboys.
Why do you have to make all this innuendo, dude, on YouTube? Like, why is that a necessary
Oh, look at
part?
Nick. Oh, he looks so much happier here.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. I'm just see the drive. Yeah, he looks happy, but like
I mean,
said,
just
I've
look.
been
I
happy.
feel like they look like they should totally be together,
Well,
right? And it's like it's kind of like if he's
no,
so happy with this cat boy, he probably shouldn't
No,
judge
'cause-
people
'cause-
who
'cause-
decide to follow, follow
yeah,
their
I actually
heart
do,
like he
but-
was
well,
about to.
Because look, I've been friends with my buddy. And we've been having a great time, and we're super happy, and we're not gay. Just because someone's happy with another guy does
No,
not mean they're gay.
and I'm not saying that, but
You just
but the
played,
way
like,
they
you
look,
got,
like
down
it's
on-
like,
on
but
Cowboy
it's also
Ken.
okay. So I won't go on the him enjoying the cat boy. But don't you think it's a little hypocritical for him to sit here every day and say that gay people are evil, but meanwhile he's having a fun date with a
I don't know
cat
if he ever
boy
said
and
they're
nothing
evil.
seems. Well,
Okay,
he
I
says
think
it's
he said-
morally wrong. It's
I think-
morally
yes,
wrong to
yes,
be
I
gay.
think you can say that the sin
Would
is
you say
wrong.
this is morally wrong to go on a date with a cat boy and be so happy?
You have not date has a romantic connotation to it. You have not affirmed it.
That's
This
a
is
date,
romantic
bro. I'm
date.
sorry.
Yeah.
This is a date.
No. Okay,
Bro,
you wanna
this
hear
is
something?
exactly where I.
Okay. Wait, hold on, that sounded bad.
This is exactly where I would take, like, if I was going on a date with a cute cat
Well,
boy,
that's
I would go to
you.
this
That's
diner.
That's you. That's probably not Nick.
Oh, well, he did it, so there's no, like, there's no ambiguity here.
Let
He
me
did
explain what
it.
I said. Let me explain what I said. I said that's probably you, as in you would
Oh,
romantically
wow.
take someone to a diner like this.
Dude, and
I
they're
would
loving
represent
it.
that Nick
Whoa,
might
look
not-
at Nick.
might
He's
take someone there
jamming.
without any romantic feelings to that person.
I think this is a date, man. This is a date.
Dude,
I'm
I know
sorry.
you're getting around this, but it's not a date. Like it's just.
You've never seen the video? It's very funny, I won't lie.
I have like a clip I'm seeing right now, and
Oh, they're so happy.
they're so happy. Well,
Yeah, they
they're
look
hanging
at
out.
Nick. He's fucking jamming out. He's
Catboy's
finally
probably a
expressing
funny
himself.
Guy, I'll be honest. A lot of these gay guys are funny. Like a lot, it can be funny. I think they have a lot of moral issues, but I think they're funny. And like I'd also say the same about sailors and stuff. Like sailors often they don't use the best language, and they often they're not I wouldn't say they're the most moral people in regards to morality, but they're fun to hang out with. And
Yeah, that's what Nick's
know?
doing here. Just hanging out with a couple of dudes hanging out. One's dressed as a cat
well,
girl.
one can do that. One can do like what? I cannot. So when I hang out with a guy,
And
it
he's
means I
just
must have a
okay.
date
But
next
here's
to
the
him?
thing, though. It'd be so you can do that, and it'd be fine, man. The issue is it's Nick Fuentes, the homophobe, doing that.
Well, I'm a homophobe. And I
Well,
hang out
then
with
it's
gay people.
it would probably be pretty weird for you to go on a cute little date with
We
a cat
haven't
boy.
confirmed it's a date, dude.
Bro, this is a date. You're coping. I'm sorry.
I'm not coping.
I'm watching
You're just-
this video, and this is a
just
fucking
inventing stuff.
date. This is
You're
a
just
date.
inventing stuff. You're saying it's a date without any real evidence it's a date.
Oh
from the
yeah,
cat boy
we're
himself.
going to this cutesy fucking restaurant that has a 1950s aura. We're just
I like
doing it
that
as
cute
mutual
little
friends.
restaurants. Yeah, I went to a nice little restaurant near my place called the Nest, or not the Nest. Yeah, the Nest, I think it was. Nice, cute little restaurant. And I went with my friends, and some of them were girls, and some of them were guys. Does that make me gay? Does that make me bisexual?
Well,
Does
no,
that mean I was
because you went with
romantically
girls
interested with
and
everyone?
guys.
Yeah, I'm bisexual now, guys, because according to your logic, I was on a date with everyone.
Well,
I'm in a
no, you didn't
polyamorous
record the
relationship.
video, and you didn't like post it
Well,
for everybody
Nick is a
to
live
see.
streamer. Of course he's going to record his video. That's how he makes money. I don't make
Oh,
money through
okay,
live streaming.
interesting.
Now, I do have a YouTube channel, if you want to check that out.
It was all
but,
for the love of the money, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's how he makes money. I'm not saying like he only does streaming for money, but it is his main income. Like he might do it because he
they're so
legitimately wants to tell people what he thinks, and he wants people to understand what's going on. But at the same time, it's the main way he makes money. You know?
Yeah. Making money off of love.
Like
I feel like he
wrote,
would judge
"Oh,
people for that though,
well,
so probably not the best way to explain it.
all right, well, I guess we'll have to disagree with that. And
Making money
good
off of
thoughts, though.
love. That's what
Okay.
Nick Fuentes is doing.
Okay.
Bro, I'm sorry, you're not convincing anybody in the chat or me that
Well,
this
the
is not
chat
a date,
doesn't mean
and
I'm
that it's
wrong.
not, you haven't even addressed how it's not hypocritical for him to be spewing homophobic bullshit all the time and yet go on a date like this.
No, because we have not affirmed it's a date yet, dude. You can't keep on talking.
Bro,
and,
this is a
like,
date. You can
it's-
call it. I'm using the colloquial term of date when two people that love each other go on a
you don't know that they
excursion
both
together.
romantically interested in each other.
I think Nick is pretty romantically interested in this man.
You don't know that. You
Hey, he's
don't
a
know Nick
cute
first-
boy. You know, he's a cute dude. Like, I don't blame him. Nothing
Yeah,
wrong
okay,
with it.
bro.
There is something wrong with it coming out here every day and saying that homosexuality is a
do you
sin,
even
though.
listen to him and know his take on it? Do you know his take on
On the
homosexuality?
Catboy date? Or just
I
on
think his point
homosexuality? I
his
believe
point
he
is
thinks it's a
sin.
moral failing or something
Yes,
like that.
Yes, thinks it's a sin, as according to the Bible. But
No, he's
here's the thing.
committing. He committed a couple sins that night. Then
Dude, we have not affirmed yet that he's did anything with Catboy Cammy. You're just inventing stuff to fit.
I
the
don't
narrative.
know. I don't know. The way that he's looking at his name's Catboy Cammy, correct? Way that he's looking at Catboy Cammy. I don't even know his name, but I'm divulging this lore. I love it. The look that he is giving him tells me that this man is banging Catboy Cammy. And that's okay. He's a cute dude, you know?
You haven't affirmed that yet. You do not talk. You are not personal friends with Nick or Catboy Cammy, so you do not know for sure whether either of them, whether they actually did that you describe. So you're
know.
speculating based off of,
You're
they
right.
looked
I'm
like they were going to.
speculating.
Oh, he
Speaking
looked
of,
like he
but
was
I, what's wrong with speculation? That's your entire reasoning
I
for
think
why
speculation
Venezuela.
look,
That's your entire
yes,
reasoning
yes,
for why
yes.
you think
I think-
Venezuela is going to be
Here's the
good.
thing. I
We
think
can
speculation
speculate.
in most cases is good, and in fact, people do it in law. But here's my issue: is when you start using speculation to speculate without evidence.
What are you
something
talking about? The evidence
somebody
is right
destroying
there.
them.
It's right in front of
It's
you.
not.
We're watching
No,
it.
It's not. It's
It
not.
is.
You're just.
What is the
you're-
evidence you want
you
in this
already don't
situation?
Nick.
Like,
You already don't like Nick, and now you're trying to affirm that by saying he's a hypocrite by projecting. something that might
I've
not be
already
true.
affirmed it. I mean, I already know he's a hypocrite. I'm trying to paint to you why he's a hypocrite.
Yes, that's my point. That you already don't like him, and you're trying to project something on him to make him look like a hypocrite. You do not know for sure whether he actually did anything with Catboy Cammy. You're just
I think he
You're
got
just
down and
speculating
dirty
to
in the
destroy someone.
litter box. You know what I'm saying, man? He got down and dirty in that litter box.
Yeah, I think this is sad. This is just you projecting because you do that.
Projecting,
You know,
bro. What? I've never gotten in the litter box. You know what I'm saying?
sure
But
about that?
I think Nick is
You sure
more
about
than
that?
happy. More than happy.
I don't know. You sure about that?
Are you jealous of Nick? Do you wish you were with Catboy Cammy?
Obviously not.
All right, I just had, hey, somebody asked, so I just had to,
I know you
had to
are,
clear
though.
it
I know
up.
you are. I know know you are.
He's an attractive dude. I have no problem with
What,
saying
Catboy
Catboy
Cammy
Cammy is
Catboy
is.
Cammy's attractive.
I mean, I don't know if they're older than the age of 18, but if they are, yeah, he's pretty cute.
Well, obviously he's older than the age of 18, or else he wouldn't. Yeah. Yes, he most likely was above the age of 18. But
Oh, is there a little speculation going on there?
well, I would believe he is because he's a fairly large internet streamer, and most of those people are above the age of 18. So I'm using data to use, and it's also I'm not trying to I'm not trying to prove that there's something wrong with Catboy Cammy by saying that he's below the age of 18, because that's not my point. My point is that he I think he's above the age of 18. If he was below it, I'm completely fine with that too. I don't, whatever.
No, if he was, I assumed he was of age in this video. If he's below it, that's
Yes.
messed up on a
Yeah.
whole new level. But I assumed he was of age. But yeah, I have
Well,
no
Nick would've
issues
been young,
saying
too.
he's
He
a
would've been,
cute
like,
dude.
18, 19.
Huh?
But well, how old would have Nick been? 20?
I don't know.
21?
I think it's weird for a whole different set of reasons, but now we're touching on something I didn't know was an issue.
What? What?
That it was Catboy Cammy younger than the age
No,
of
that's not an issue. I don't think he was. I think that's pretty obvious.
I'll have to I'll schedule that one down for the notes. We'll
sure
investigate that.
Well, here, we could just quickly look it up. How old was Catboy Cammy when he did the thing with when he was?
I don't know. I mean, I can look it up real quick. See, luckily I didn't know his name, so how old was Catboy Cam? Is it spelled Booy or Boi? You know, I know
have it
the.
on here. It's Cammy with a K.
Whoa, that's an extreme one. Boy, Cammy. I used to know a Cammy back in the day
Yeah, I know you do.
when she went back. When she went, or he, my bad. When he went on the Nick Fuentes date. Let's find out, folks. It's not, I don't think we can, I don't think we're gonna find it, unfortunately.
I think it's safe to say he was above the age of 18.
All right. Well, I hope so for Nick's sake.
And he looks like it. He looks at least youngest, 17, 18.
Oh, well,
Which is-
17 would be the age we don't like. That's the age that would be going over. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
if I
We
would be
don't.
honest,
17
If I'm
is
gonna
the
be honest-
cutoff. I honestly think it
Yeah.
should be higher, but 17
higher.
or not the
What
cutoff. I think it should be like 21, but to
do you mean?
each their
What? For
own.
what? 21 for what?
Sexual fucking contact. I don't think you should be like that's just a personal. I don't think you should be having sex before you're 21, but that's just my own personal
I
belief.
think 18
So,
is fine. I mean, I don't think you should do it till you're married, but I think 18
Well,
is fine for me.
yeah. Well, the only reason that this is good information to know is that when the cameras went off and Nick Fuentes dove into that litter box, they were over the age of consent. So that's good.
I don't even want to ask what the chat thinks about this or someone passing by, because this conversation must look insane, bro.
I think it's great. I hate Nick Fuentes. I think he's a loser. So
Yeah.
any
How's he a
chance I
loser?
get to make fun of him,
How's he a
I
loser?
jump on it. How is he a
How's he a
loser?
loser?
He literally fucking talks all day about how, the good old conservative values, even more
talk all
far
day
right
about the good old
values,
progressive
and
left
he's
values.
literally fucking out here diving head to toe in
Okay.
Catboy
Well,
pussy.
And, good conversation. It looks like we can't get past this Catboy Cammy thing.
I think it's funny, man. I love making fun of Nick Fuentes. He's a fun guy to make fun of.
I mean, I agree. There's some legitimate criticisms of him, but I think
Well,
he's a
none of his
fairly good guy.
criticisms. You're coming upon how I believe is the best way to deal with these extremists, and it's to make fun of them. So, no, I don't take their ideas seriously. They're stupid
Why
in
not?
a lot of their thinking.
How do
Oh,
you think,
because
how do you
it's
know that's stupid?
extreme. It's extreme, and it
Just
doesn't
because
it
someone's
doesn't
extreme means
work.
they're wrong. Just because
But
someone's extreme means they're wrong. That's ad hominem.
I'd say like
Not
getting rid
argument.
of all the immigrants isn't going to solve all the problems in the world, and I think it's foolish to assume that.
Well, I don't think he says it's going to solve all the issues. I think if you listen to him, you'd
Yeah,
know
it's
that.
definitely not going to solve his
Just make that
Catboy
claim.
Cammy issue.
Bro. Oh my goodness. How are we ever going to get past Cowboy Cammy? Well,
Now, once we get over the Catboy Cammy hump, we do have the booger eating hump to go over, and that's an entire separate
Bro,
conversation.
people do that. It's not a big deal.
I think it's pretty big. He picked it so hard his nose bled. Poor
When did he do
guy.
that? How old was he when he did that? Was like a dare on the stream?
Oh no, he was just. I think he fucking ate a boogie, and then he was really picking at it, and it started bleeding. Poor guy. You know, get
Did you
that guy a
actually watch that clip?
Kleenex.
Did you actually watch that clip?
You want me to watch the Nick Fuentes eating his booger clip?
Well, I haven't seen it myself, and I watch a lot of his streams, so.
Well, yeah, he's cleaned up his act now. He knows not to mine for gold while he's on stream, man.
Yeah. Well, man, I gotta go. But gotta say, good conversation. Can't believe we talked for almost an hour. That's pretty amazing.
There we
And
go.
yeah, love talking to you, man.
Yeah, have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Peace. Oh, Catboy Cammy. What a name. I didn't even know that was their name. That's so funny. Anyways, if you guys are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and it gets me boosted out there in the algorithm. I do 2 shows every day. One in the morning where I talk about news and politics, and then one in the evening. And we're already up to 23 likes. Thank you guys so much. That helps the channel get out there.
Call from
Ben Lapierre.
I think that is not a real person. I'm just going to be frank like the hot dogs. Like the hot dogs Nick was eating with Catboy Cammy. That's a funny ass clip. Did Nick plow Catboy Cammy? I
Sorry,
think so.
you can't leave a message because the person you called
I
has
think
a voice.
so. I think he tapped to that. You know what I'm saying, guys? I think the way he was looking at him, I think he fully engaged in those activities. Hey, you called into the show?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. So do you disagree with anything that's been said so far on the live or with the prompt?
I actually called into a couple. I don't know. I don't even know which one this is. I'm not even in the live anymore because I kept calling in and no one would answer.
Yeah, I was on a call. So the prompt
Oh yeah,
is,
understood. All good.
yeah, Trump makes America look weak. And I believe he does that with a lot of his geopolitical actions and stuff like that. So do you disagree with that?
I mean, I think Trump can make the country look weak. I think closing the borders and getting rid of the illegal aliens in the country has made the country look better. But I think what he's doing with Iran right now is awful for the
So
country.
let's talk about the border. Yeah. So is it fair to say your main concern when you were voting for people was the border?
Yes, that and abortion rights. But the border was a driving factor.
Yeah, so the reason that I say Donald Trump didn't do very well on the border, I mean, he did shut it down. I'll give him credit there. Still about 11,000 people going over the border, though. But with that being said, he did shut it down. However, Biden, by the last year he was in office, had brought it down to 60,000 border encounters per month. And also, Biden brought forth legislation to actually change how we do a lot of things about the border and really bolster it up and make it stronger. So I think the Democrats are the party, if you truly care about the border and actually want to address the issue. I think Democrats are the best way to go.
I can't agree with you. I think that I think Trump's doing a way better job. I think closing the border, I mean, getting rid of the illegal aliens, I mean, people say he's too cruel. I don't think he's not too cruel. Not that he's not cruel enough, but I don't think he's doing it as much as he can, and he's doing it way better than any Democrat could because
That's not true. We had more deportations
where are you getting that
under
number from?
Obama. Where am I getting what number?
You said that Biden had 60,000. So you said
Yeah,
Biden
you
had
go to the
60,000.
CBP website, it'll say number of border encounters.
CBP. Biden, CBP, border.
Well, it'll have a variety of like year, stuff like that.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just known that Democrats are soft and they're very easy to push over,
No, we're
and
not.
they just let anyone into the country.
What do you
So-
mean? How are we easy to push over?
I mean, for example, I don't know, with the whole abortion thing, gay people, it's just kind of sad to see what America's come to.
Why? We are allowing more and more people to engage in the freedom that they are allowed to have under our country. Why do you think that's bad? I think it's
I
amazing
mean, I think you're
gay
allowed
people
to have
can marry
freedom.
each other.
I think you're allowed to have freedom. I just don't think you're allowed to push it in public schools or.
How are we pushing it in schools? I don't understand.
I mean, saying that it's okay to marry someone or
It is
have a
under our
relationship with
law.
someone. Interesting.
It is.
I mean, that is our law, but it doesn't mean it's morally right. I mean, are you gay?
I'm bisexual, yes.
Oh, wow. God.
Wow. Am I
Yeah.
scum of the earth now, man? Are you scared?
No, you're
Afraid
not.
you
You're
might
not
catch
terrible.
the gay?
You're like halfway terrible.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
You're
I
like the worst of
appreciate
both
that.
worlds. Yes,
Halfway. Hey, at least I'm not full. You know what I mean?
that's right.
Could be
that's
going
right.
out and dating cat boys like Nick Fuentes.
I mean, yeah, but Nick Fuentes is an awesome guy. He doesn't really care what anyone has to say.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think. Are you a fan of Nicky? Little Nicky?
Oh, for sure. That's the
Really?
goat, man.
Have you? Okay, so I would recommend you check my live. We just got done talking about Nick Fuentes. So would you say it's a little hypocritical, right, to rail against gay people all the time, but go on a date with a cat boy? Wouldn't you say that's a little hypocritical?
I mean, I think people change. I think you changed for the worse. I think he's changed for the better. So
He hasn't changed for the
Yeah.
better. He was saying all this same shit back when he was going on that cat boy date.
yeah, for sure.
Do you
But now
think
he
he
doesn't
plowed
do
him?
it.
Do you think he plowed Catboy Cammy?
I
think
can't
he
confirm
did.
that. Maybe my bisexual
I think they
friend
fucked,
and my
bro.
stomach wouldn't.
I think he was going balls deep in the cat dussy.
Really. I'm sure you like envisioning that since you're bisexual.
No, I just like making fun of Nick Fuentes.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
an
I have
idiot.
been
He's a
trying
loser.
to-
Have you seen the clip? Okay, so you're okay with your idol going and dating cat boys and then saying, "Oh, you should be ashamed of dating cat boys." You're okay with that?
I never said he was my idol, but go ahead.
Seems like it. Got real
I said
defensive
you just
about
assume
it.
stuff about people.
Huh?
You're just assuming that he's my idol.
Well, you said
mean,
you
my
love
idol
him.
is Jesus
You said
Christ,
you
or
love
what-
him, man. You said you love him.
I do love him. I mean, I love a lot.
There
of
we
people.
go. So,
I love. gay
all right,
people,
I won't
so
say
that doesn't
he's
mean
your
I like
idol. Boom. He's your hero. Your fucking one of your favorite streamers. How about that? Are you
Myra
okay
Dean.
with him continually saying it's bad to be gay, it's bad to be this, but at the same time going on a date with Catboy Cammy?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it happens. Everyone messes up.
Oh, okay. So me being bisexual isn't that bad, right? Because Nick Fuentes did it, and you believe him on so many things. You think he's a moral judge of character. So me being bisexual isn't that bad, right?
No, it's not terrible. I mean,
Yeah, it's not even bad.
could be
It's like
worse.
something I think, I fight for a world where Nick Fuentes can go as on many Catboy dates as he wants.
yeah, I mean, I agree. Do you have a litter bed? Or no,
I don't, but I know I'm sure Catboy Cammy does, and I'm sure Nick was all up in there after that camera shut off. He was all up in that litter box, getting all the grains everywhere, man. Getting it everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
That's nice. So do you have any proof of that, or are you just
The
talking out of
video
your-
I'm watching right now is a video of Nick Fuentes and Catboy Cammy going on a cute little date.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I might have to look into it.
I recommend you do. I'm watching it right now. Look
Yeah.
at that. There's Catboy
I mean, of
Cammy.
course
He's
you
got
are.
his
I'm
cute
sure-
little ears on. I mean, I don't blame Nick for being interested. He's a cute guy,
Wow.
But then to come out here
The world
and then
is not
say,
healing.
but then to come out and say, oh, you're going to hell if you're gay, all this, you're a bad person if you're gay. But meanwhile, he's going balls deep in that Caducey. I think that's a bit of an issue.
I would agree.
You're breaking
But
up,
I-
brother.
I said hypocrisy isn't a good thing.
It's not. You probably shouldn't say that type of stuff, should he?
But I mean, he's saying I should say it all the time, but he's still a great guy.
He's still a great guy, even though
Oh,
he's
for
lying
sure.
about all of his values and betraying his fan base.
I mean, I don't know. He messes up, man. I mean, nobody's perfect besides our Lord and Savior.
Nobody's perfect. But see how this, doing this and then the juxtaposition of crying about gay people, you see how that's like a bit of you can see how that's a problem and something he should most
Yeah, I mean-
definitely stray away from, criticizing gay
Yeah, I think-
people if he's going to be partaking in these activities. I don't think that's a sign of a great man. I think a great man doesn't lie and feels comfortable enough not to lie. I'm honest with you. I say, hey, I'm bisexual. I like guys and girls. It's
I
that
appreciate the
simple.
honesty, man.
But Nick doesn't do that. And now,
Yeah.
poor Catboy Cammy's owner has to pick up every time Nick goes on to the litter box. I'm sorry. That was just, it's too good. Well, all right. Well, I do have some more callers calling in, but I think this was a good discussion on whether Nick Fuentes is engages in the Catboy. You're much less aggressive to it than the last caller. I'll give you that. So I feel like
Oh,
I
yeah,
did
I mean,
open up your mind to some new things.
Yes, I can definitely admit when I'm wrong and admit when I'm unaware of things. And I appreciate
Well,
you letting me know, but I can't agree with you on some stuff, brother.
That's okay.
But
Yeah, look into the Catboy Cammy date. It's Cammy with a K. Anyways, I gotta move on, but I hope you have a great day, brother.
as well, man.
Thank you. Oh, looks like we might
Call
have
from-
enlightened somebody.
Yeah, Brandon W.
To accept, press 1.
Hey, Brendan, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing well. So, do you disagree with anything that's been said on the live so far, or with the prompt?
No, I just checked out the live, and yeah, the prompt says Trump makes America look weak, disgrace. Yeah, I could agree with that. Sure. I mean, you could look at it in so many different ways. I just wonder why we at war with Iran. We don't want them to have nuclear weapons. Sure. It just gets scary quick.
Yeah, so typically if we have friendly call-ins here, let me get my, I forgot about my timer. Oops. Typically when we have friendly call-ins, we only do those if we hit our goal and stuff like that, and then I'll add an extra hour and I'll have friendly call-ins. So I appreciate it, brother, but I am here to debate like Trump supporters and all that. So
Oh, you're here to debate the crazies. Oh, so I'm not on the
yeah.
live feed right now talking to you?
No, you are. You are right now. They can hear
Oh,
you.
cool. Yeah. Word. So you're looking for the ones that disagree with you
Yes.
and me too, because I'm kind of. I think he's lost his mind myself. He's kind of evil, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, that's the case. But if we do have friendly call-ins, I'll make sure to call in, brother.
All right. So you're looking for the psychos out there. Okay, I got it. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for your time. I appreciate that and appreciate
Yeah.
what you do.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Take care, brother.
Take care, you too.
I was really hoping for another Nick Fuentes fanboy, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I was really hoping for another Nick Fuentes fan. We didn't get it, unfortunately. We didn't get it, but I had my little fingers crossed. I can't lie to you. But you can't always get what you want, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot always get what you want. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. I don't have my timer on today. Sorry about that, but
Call from
Alberto Simons.
that is a child. It says 18 plus right there, ladies and gentlemen. You must be older than the age of 18. What's up, Derek? Good to see you, man. So my friendly call-in wasn't enough? Well, hey, man, I have to, people enjoy watching the debates, and, there's nothing wrong with, being a fellow lib, but people are here to listen to debates and stuff like that, so nothing wrong with it. I appreciate all of my amazing fans, and I do have some of the best I have the best community on all of YouTube. I say it all the time. I say it all the time. But unfortunately, no, I can't just have a lib out session. People don't like that. People click off of the video. How dare you use gendered language, ladies and gentlemen? Oh yeah, I'm gonna be canceled so quick. So quick, it's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe if you guys are enjoying the stream. I do 2 shows every day. One in the morning where I talk about news and politics, and then one in the evening where I debate people. We're up to 32 likes already. Thank you guys so much. Let's see how many subs we've gained. One moment. Oh my gosh, we're already up to 948 subscribers. We are 52 subs away from actually being able to get ad monetization. So thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate it. Let's see, this might be Paige. You looking to argue with MAGA and here... Oh, you were talking about real high IQ stuff. Well, maybe. I'm sorry I didn't engage in the high IQ conversation. I don't think people want to hear about how the Greys are taking over. That's just my opinion, man. That's just my opinion. Anyways, feel free to call in if you disagree, MAGA. We are looking for those that still support the administration. Real quick, I'm going to give a couple people that called in a call back and see if they want to debate still. They want to enter the ring, as the kids say. That's not good, Fingers. You definitely need to get some more, some pants for that. Oh,
Telephone number 90.
Call from
Chris Hansen.
to accept,
Chris
press
Hansen.
1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
well, fuck it. Hey, am I online with the Dateline NBC?
Yes.
That's
First time listener, long time caller.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
how you doing, brother?
Not too shabby in yourself.
I'm doing pretty well. So, did you disagree with anything I've said so far?
Well, I figured I might as well start off with a little bit of cringe if I'm going to be calling in to defend Nick Fuentes.
Oh, you're gonna defend Nick Fuentes, eh?
Sure, why not? He's my favorite lolcow. How could I not?
Well, if he's a lolcow, that's okay. As long as you're not taking the guy seriously.
Well, I mean, at the same time, if there's kind of a degenerate fucking weird psychopath who's kind of on a corner screaming about kill this, murder that, I mean, you're still going to take it seriously. Well, just saying, when it comes from a man who described on one of his streams on Cozy.fed as his ultimate fantasy being to take a black man, beat the living shit out of him on the sidewalk, have Adolf Hitler with him so they could go ahead and do the best bro thing of having the man bite the curb because he's a N-word ending with an R and not talking about the word neighbor.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. You focus too much on the Cowboy Cammy stuff. There's much cringier and weirder stuff, like his obsession with his ex-best friend, Jaden McNeil.
Oh, I didn't know about that. I'll check that out. Jaden McNeil, you say?
Yeah. Nick Fuentes fans generally refer to him as Jaden Judas McNeil, but this is a man where Nick Fuentes self-admittedly would talk about how he'd take a black light, put it over the area in which he'd sleep when the two lived together, sometimes even putting it over to the fellow's pants while he was sleeping in search of cumsies.
Whoa, okay. I didn't know about
but
that.
That's not good. But he's not gay, even though he's a man who would describe having sex with a woman as being incredibly gay because there's love and there's holding hands and there's feelings, and that's feminine and that's homosexual. So having sex with men is the most heterosexual sex you can have.
Well, there we go. Amen.
Indeed. But anyway, I'd actually say if you end up having some time on your hands one day, check out the Mr. Medicare debate with him. It's a master class on how to make someone more or less kind of self-defeat.
Okay, I bet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I'll probably move on, but thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Later, brother. Shout out. That was Chris Hansen. He's in the chat pretty frequently. I really appreciate you, dog. Hope you're doing well. Anyways, we did have some more call-ins. Let's see if, I just called this guy and then he called back. So let's see what's going on here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hey, you called into the show?
Hello?
Hey, yeah, you
What?
called into the show?
No, I think you called me by mistake. I was the same one.
Huh?
Yeah, but you hung up on me or something because you didn't want me to talk anymore, and you said I was the rudest person you ever met, even though I wasn't, which indicates that you don't want to admit
I never
that
said you were the rudest person I've ever met. What are
I
you
heard
talking
you. Why
about?
would you lie? Why?
I don't remember you.
Yeah,
Was it just
filled
now?
with lies or something?
Was it just now we got off
It
the
was
phone?
just on the video. You said that I was the rudest person that you ever spoke to, and the comments said, no, I wasn't rude. I was just different.
I think you're thinking of a different live, ma'am.
Wow, okay.
But that's okay. Do you disagree with the prompt that I have that Donald Trump makes America look weak?
I think America always looked weak. It doesn't matter who it is. America's been on the decline since
I think I remember you.
2 decades now.
I think you called a while ago. Not recently though. But yeah, I don't think it's been on the decline for 2 decades. I think we have the ability to. We are the global dominant hegemon. It's Donald Trump who's withdrawing from that. I don't think we've been on the decline, though. Our economy's
It's actually
booming.
been in decline since 9/11, a little bit before that, but a lot of things changed after 9/11. Because with I'm not even going to it, but basically.
No, you can go. We like
Um,
conspiracies here. You can go into what happened on
no, it's not a
9/11.
conspiracy theory. Why would you assume that I'm making a conspiracy theory without actually listening to what I said first?
Well,
Like, you can't
speak
just
your
say it's a
truth. Speak.
conspiracy.
I like the. Not, well,
I was
that's
actually
just the
giving you
general
historical
term.
facts and laws that were implemented after
I was
9/11.
just what.
But
If you want to talk
it had
about
nothing to do with
9/11, that's
conspiracy
fine. I
theory.
was just saying it's fine.
It's fine that you want to. I just don't understand why you would already assume that it was a conspiracy theory way before I even said something.
Well, I mean,
Is it because
typically there is,
conservatives are
typically when
conspiracy
it
theorists?
comes
Are you going
to,
to assume I'm Christian too? Because I'm not Christian.
I never said that, but typically,
What you?
when there's
Okay.
9/11 commentary, it usually is because of a conspiracy and stuff like that. So that's my bad. I should not have assumed that you had a conspiracy theory about that. I apologize.
Mm. Am I still on live, or did you just call me?
What's up?
Am I still on live, or did you just call me?
No, you are on live. Yeah, everybody can hear
Oh,
you.
because
Yes.
I thought that got hung up, so I don't know
No,
why.
not at all. I haven't hung up on you yet. I don't think I will. Unless you say like some slur.
Why am I
Unless
that
you like
entertaining?
scream at like a slur or something like that. You
I
should be
entertain
fine.
you. That's what you admitted that I entertain you.
Yeah, this is
You don't
entertaining.
think
I
you'll ever
enjoy
hang up
this.
on me?
I enjoy talking to my fellow Americans.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I don't know what
so
else I can give you unless you got questions, because
well, I mean, I disagree that. So why do you think America looked weak? What's going on with that?
it's because countries are weak when people are divided, and when people are divided, countries overseas realize that they can fuck a country up. And that's how it becomes weaker and more vulnerable when people aren't together. So, when Trump talks about the colorblind, he's talking about seeing each other as a nationality rather than a people being sectioned off in different, like LGBTQ, black person here, Mexican here, Latina here, white person there, blah, 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 blah. So because we're talking about that all the time more, it's causing a lot of division. I remember back when I was in high school, I had a black friend from Africa, and even though she had an accent and everything, I still looked at her as an American. I didn't look at her as anything else because we never talked about it. I grew up in a small town. We never talked about it. But as I get older, I realize, like, what the heck's going on? But anyways, that's his goal. That's his thing. When you talk about nationalize, you're talking about seeing people as like a family, like an American, because like we belong together, not like that. That's exactly what he's trying to do, and I don't know why people are. But that's what makes us weak is when we're not together.
Well,
you got China, you got Russia, you got everyone looking at us
so let me,
we
if you
can
mind,
fuck them up. That's the
yeah, if you don't mind, let me address one of your points there. I don't think Donald Trump wants to unite behind the American flag and really have us accept our nationality because he constantly is belittling one of the two parties, the Democrats. He says Democrats are evil. Democrats deserve to be hung. I don't think that's really
they both
unifying
been firing
language.
shots. They both have. There's things that I wish that he didn't say the Supreme Court. He does act like an asshole sometimes. Like he's calling names to the Supreme Court when they're giving him so many wins. And even a lot of Republicans don't even like that. They're like, just stop, But I agree with that. But everyone does it. Liberals been doing it. Republicans been doing it. Blah blah blah. So that kind of bores me when people could point at one person.
Yeah, but the Democrats have been saying, for example, during this DHS shutdown, during the last shutdown, we're always willing to make a deal with Republicans. It's the Republicans that are being super bipartisan and not sitting down with the Democrats.
They both say that. I switch between CNN, Fox, and I don't just look at Fox. I look at people at universities and what they're talking about. but I switch all the time. And if you actually do that, you can see that they're doing the same freaking thing. And if you actually notice their behavior, every one of them copies each other. Like for example, now they're starting to act like Trump, being all shouty and, we're going to take this country, but all that stuff. Like they always look at each other and they're always saying the same shit to each other. So it's just, that stuff is really boring. Like I just can't. Like I disagree with everything on that, but I don't side with anyone because they both do the same thing.
See, I disagree. I think that ignores Trump's egregious behavior. I mean, this man is loading his pockets up, and the Republicans are allowing it. I think a president shouldn't be allowed to enrich himself with a meme coin while he's president, but that's what he's doing. And so I think there's necessary
What about Omar in
anger
Minnesota
coming
and her pockets? She's from Somalia, right? And she's taken a lot of money from, what was it? It was something, it's just stuff like that. And
So Elon Omar does have a piece in a winery that's worth $30 million, but that's about all of her assets that are worth that much, and they're only counting those assets because it's something she's invested in. If you're talking about fraud in Minnesota, the only fraud that's been found was found by the Biden and Waltz administrations.
that you want to believe. Because, I mean, let's be honest, we're going to believe what we want to believe. We're going to probably deny what we're going to deny. It doesn't mean that it's not there.
No, these are facts. There's been no new arrests that have came out from.
Yeah, nobody gets arrested. Trump hasn't even been arrested. So if Trump, the president of the United States, cannot be arrested, why would Omar be arrested?
Well, Trump should be arrested, but he unfortunately.
But my point is, if it's Trump, it's irrelevant because the reason why she's not arrested is because everyone can be corrupt. Everyone has some kind of protection over them.
She's not committing a crime.
She is.
What's the crime?
Just like whatever other politicians are, just none of them for some reason, probably because if one of them actually does go to jail, everyone would go to fucking jail.
Well, I mean, I hear you, but I just don't see the Democrats nearly as corrupt as the Republicans, and I think they're worth your vote, personally. Because we voted on a bill. It was originally called the Nancy Pelosi Act, but they renamed it to something else. And we voted on the bill to shut down insider trading. Unfortunately, the Republicans didn't, so.
Anything else? You want to call it good?
I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah, you're actually kind of lovely to talk to too. But
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But yeah, I am. By the way, I was homeless.
That's okay.
I am in DC right now for political science. I know you were saying that on the chat before you left or whatever happened. So yeah, I've been in Seattle for 10 years in the shelters, and I've seen it all. I've seen a whole bunch of stuff, and that they don't even talk about on the news, because you're not allowed. You can just walk in the shelter and record everything, and even if you did, most of the people are drugged up. They're not gonna have a brain on their shoulders. They're out of it, right? So you got that too. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I'm in DC for political science, and in the meantime, I'm actually learning Russian I'm not gonna say where shit, because if everything falls out, I am going to apply for that shared value visa. And people can complain or say, oh, Putin's created that just for economy.
Russia. I think you could have a lot of better places than Russia.
No, why would you say that to me? Because I can also say, what's the hypocrisy?
Russia's a horrible...
So, I grew up...
It's an oligarchy, ma'am.
Well, what are we in now? Because I don't even know what we're in. Because it seems like I'm being forced stuff.
Democracy.
I get a lot of racism from other people. My people are people from India and people from Dubai and all that stuff, right? Because they have values. they have the same values as people in Russia, actually. In fact, a lot of people from Dubai and the Middle East go to Russia. So it's an ideology thing. People have the shared values. Same with Indian. They're also a very nationalized country before they come here, of course, into Seattle. So yeah, I get along with them more than my fellow you-know-who, because they have their heads up their asses. So anyways, my Indian friend, we're in the Uber, and we're talking, and their culture, they do have a little control issues, like he reaches for my wallet or something and I say no or something. And then there was a black lady that was driving. She looked at me funny just because I told him no, like leave my stuff alone. And then when we get to our destination, I get out of the car, and then he gets out on the other end, and then she drives off. He comes up around me and he said, "Do you know what she said to me?" I said, "No, what?" He said, "You better make sure she's not using you or treating you like shit."
Oh,
And
that's horrible.
that's not the only, and I've been called privileged out on the streets by black people, even though I was homeless myself, because all these words, all these like toxic white stuff that are being thrown around it's affecting white people, unless you're like identify as LGBTQ and all that stuff. But yeah, I've been a victim of racism constantly by black
Yeah, I
people,
fight
like,
for a world.
and
Well,
then
I
I've been
fight
punched
for a world
in the
where
face
nobody's
by
racist
a black
to you at
person by
all.
trying to stick up for somebody who's a victim of not trafficking, but like, what do you call those people? Pimps. So yeah, I saw two white girls. One for the first time in my life, the first time I was ever on the street. I didn't even know what it was. And I was just in Macy's, and I see this girl, and she looks scared and all. And there was this guy who was just walking around keeping an eye on her. And like, I'm oblivious to all that. I grew up in a nice area. I was like 21, 22, and I talked to her. I was like, "Are you all right?" And she's like, and then that black guy comes up to me, and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, he threatened that the moment I step outside, he was going to beat me up just because I talked to her. Anyways, the cops came over, gave me a courtesy ride, blah, blah, blah. There's 2 times that happened, and 2 of those girls are white. And that's why I don't believe all this stuff, because I'm seeing this myself, and it angered me that, like, you got all these people saying Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, I see white people all the time being pimped out by black people on the streets. It's not just white people, it's everyone, but it's pretty common. And
Well, I
people don't look
think,
at that. People don't question that. And I find
yeah,
it wrong that,
in our
like, I'm just like
society,
thinking,
it's,
God, these like, but that's
well,
really sick that people aren't
yeah, I
seeing
think
all the white people on the
that's
streets down
sad,
there.
and that's why I support things like OnlyFans, where it's not nearly, they don't have to be pimped out. They are their own independent contractor when it comes to sex work. But I think that you mentioned you were homeless, and I fight for a world. I want to see a world where nobody is homeless. I think that's sad that you had to go through that experience, and it doesn't make you any less of a person, but I think it probably drained, it made you not near. When people are homeless, they're depressed typically. They're dealing with some issues. And so I don't fight. I don't want a world where you have to go through that.
I'm
But
not going
Donald
through
Trump,
that. I got a
well,
man
yeah.
supporting me, which I am grateful for. And
Well, there we go. That's
imagine
great
if
to
we were
hear.
back in those days too, where women weren't so entitled, and like, because that's another thing I noticed as somebody who've been off and on jobs, and I had money, I would spend it on myself. Like I spend it mostly on organic foods. Okay, my boyfriend didn't like that. He wanted to save my money, but I couldn't help spending on organic food. I like organic food, so then my money would drain a lot. And we've been together for like 8 years. Now we're broken up. But like I was spending my own money. And he made more money than me. And he tech. Like $500,000 a month for the tech field. And for 8 years, he couldn't spend on me. But I came home thinking, God, I'm loving on him. I'm spending my own money on me. Anyways, what I'm saying is, like, sometimes it is good to be dependent. Like, as long as you have a guy respecting you, like, what can you give? If you're spending money on your hair, what does a guy have to give?
If
And
that's how you want to live your life, that's totally fine. I have no issue with that. I'm okay with if a woman is providing for herself and stuff like that. I don't think that should be an issue at
And a lot
all.
of women on the streets. Imagine how many, and that's another thing, divorce. You know, like if you had like people that, or like we need a program that helps families, because there's a lot of dysfunctional families out there that are actually causing, there's actually young adult shelters out there too. It's not just adults. And there are even
Yeah. Well, I
shelters where
think
people don't
that's
even know
why.
about because they have to keep secret because a lot of them are like under 18.
Yeah,
Like
that's
there's a
why I
lot of
advocate
places.
for the social services like SNAP, like WIC, stuff like this that actually provide the ability for people to
They do provide, but
live
they also use the
life.
money for drugs.
I
They
don't think
they
you can
literally, and
spend
there's a lot of
SNAP
people who
money
actually get
on
hustled for it
drugs.
too out there, saying, "Hey, I'll give you like $20 if you give me whatever this." And a lot of them, especially when they're on drugs, they'll give it away. They'll give a $5 McDonald's card when they have nothing just for drugs.
Yeah, I think that's a much more falls into the mental health issue. And that's why I advocate for a public option so people
You know,
can
you need like
get like a
parents
once a
to make sure that they're
year.
there for their children, because the reason why I'm the way I am, the reason why I survived without any drugs, and I'm still going to school now. It's never too late to go to school, never.
Very
But
true.
the reason why I survived, and a lot of people helped me because I could have escaped more, and they helped me. A lot of people helped me because they looked at everyone else and they were lost. Okay, but the reason why I am the way I am because my dad told me not to smoke. He gave me those morals to stay away from all these, these bad things. That self-control. You need self-control. But when you have a child that is just like, okay, you're 13, go do whatever the hell you want. They're gonna do whatever the hell they want, because then it goes from your parents raising you to society raising you, and you don't want society raising you, because what's out there in society? A lot of teenagers on drugs, influence, and the moment you get influenced, you are screwed. You do not have a mind of your own. You are under the influence of just about everything. So that's why a
Don't
lot
you
of stuff
think
needs
it
to
would
happen at
be
home, whereas like two people, especially now when people are only working one job, or divorced parents are having an extra harder time supporting kids because they have to work multiple jobs. Like, think about how bad it is now when people don't have a couple and they're raising a child, because they're just gonna be like, I'm exhausted, kid. Do whatever the hell you want, and then they're gonna do whatever the hell they want, and they're fucked for life because they didn't have that guidance. They didn't have that, don't do this, don't do that, or like focus on healthy stuff. Ride a bike or go swimming. Do something constructive. Or not parents that are just like, yeah, I'm not gonna keep an eye on you. I don't care who you're with. Just do whatever you got to do. And that's how a lot of kids actually end up fucked up.
well, I think it's a contribution of factors, I think it really depends on, like you said, how you're raised and stuff like that. But that's why I say, imagine if people had the ability to actually talk about these issues with a therapist, even just once a year could really help a lot of people. I benefited from mental health therapy, and I know a lot of people would. So that's why I think a public option that provides that would be so beneficial.
There are stuff out there for everyone. It's just the problem is people don't want to do it. People don't have any motivation. And when there's like, for example, low income housing, it's not really much of a motivation because they mix people. They don't have a separate housing for drug addicts versus people who aren't on drugs. They have so-called sober housing. That's for people who are trying to get sober. It doesn't mean they're going to do it. So, and when you're in stuck in those housings, you start wondering, God, my rent, that's not even worth renting there. So like, but they don't want to separate them because, oh, we don't want to judge the people on drugs. So I don't understand why they don't, because disease truly, mental illness truly is a disease. And that's why when you got people around you that are intoxicated, intense, living in squalor, just it's a disease. It rubs off on you. It's like if you were to be in the same room with somebody that's toxic. You get depressed, right? You get depressed if you're in the same room with somebody toxic. It's on the walls. It's so toxic. That's exactly what it's like being in an environment with people. So I don't understand why they don't. I do. They don't want people to judge people on drugs. They want people to try and get used to it or something. I don't know what it is. Like, they do the same thing with people who have houses. Oh, they need a home too. But, keeping people on drugs separate versus like people who aren't on drugs has a lot more better chance of.
Well, don't you think?
But that's all what it is. Don't judge. Don't judge.
From a housing. Don't you think you would have benefited from housing during that time period?
I did not actually, because I had I was working and I had to get up and you asked me and I didn't, because I had a guy that was next to me. One, he was drinking a lot, so much that his alcohol his smell seeped through the hallways or whatever the heck was in his unit. And on top of that, he kept having 3 other homeless people come to his place, throwing on bass, smoking drugs. Actually, the lady below me was also smoking drugs, and it was coming to my vents or that weed or whatever. And because of all that stuff going on next to me, the guy putting on bass, making a lot of commotion. The lady below smoking her whatever she was mixing with, up going to my vents. I had to call in work and say, hey, these people are keeping me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't make it out to work. And then I go up there. I talked to the landlord multiple times. This was especially during COVID, and they could not kick anyone out. They could not kick anyone out. It doesn't matter how bad their behavior was.
Yeah, but that's during COVID. I'm sure the policies have changed.
No, the habit still kind of lingered, because basically, if you kick them out on the streets, it makes the public look bad. It makes everything look. So they want to keep them hidden. So that's why it's harder. It doesn't matter if it's COVID or not. It's going to be harder because it's like, what's the point? They're out on the streets. So now the city's like, God, we got to find some place for these homeless people. We're losing money. So it's still harder. But yeah, then I knock on the door, and then I go back in, and this guy comes, or girl, I don't know what she was, comes to my door, and it's a good God thing that door was sturdy, because she was kicking and kicking and kicking, like she was kicking hard. And I think this building was actually designed for something like that. I think they were prepared or something, because any other door, that thing would have been broken by now. This was some sturdy wood. I don't know, or bolts or something. Yeah. She bent it for sure, but for 5 minutes or something, maybe less, she was trying to kick that in. And she never got in. But if she did, who knows where I would be right now. Called the cops. It took them like an hour or 2 to get here. They talked to her. She wasn't allowed to come back in the building, but she probably did anyways at some point.
I'm glad you're here today. I'm glad you're here today. Anyways, I'm probably going to move on to my next caller, but I thought this was a good conversation, and I hope you have a great day, ma'am.
You too. And it's not too late to go to school, by the way.
Very true. Very
true. For any
true.
conservatives that are listening, I'm actually telling that to the conservatives, because actually political science, they prefer 32-year-olds and 30s because they have the life experience. So that's all I want to say.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Same here. She hung up right then. Anyways, that was an interesting call. I don't know. That was fun. Do you guys agree? I thought that was a fun time. One moment. All right, let me move on to my next caller. I thought that was fun. I thought that was very enjoyable. By the way, if you guys are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. How Infinite is constantly soying out in my chat. I don't know what about, but he's soying out. I think that's rather embarrassing. Anyways, let me give them the people that called in a call back real quick. This number kept trying to call me, so let's see if they want to talk still. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, they were so eager to call. Oh, hey, you called into the show?
Yes, I am so sorry. I just was calling, but I did not mean to.
Oh, got you.
But But thank you for the call back, my man. You're a great dude.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Have a great day,
Well,
dog.
You too. Thank you, brother.
Yep. Peace. Shout out. We love the love. We do love. We love it out here. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Anyways, let's give this number a call back real quick.
Hello.
Hey, you called into the show?
Yes, I did.
So, do you disagree with anything that's been said on the live so far or with the prompt?
Yes, I did disagree. I agree with the fact that Trump is making America great again. When you look at immigration laws that he is implementing, making the borders safe, and the tax cuts that he's doing. And when you think about the Iran war that's going on, President Bush talked about it, Kennedy, Obama talked about it, Biden talked about it, but nobody really did nothing about it. But Americans, when they see the president who is willing to take action, the Democrats are, trying to make it hard for the president. While, in my opinion, all Americans should support, the current president. That's my take on that. And
Yeah, so
I think that the war. Yes.
Did you complain about Joe Biden ever?
No, I did not complain
Not
about him, but I
once?
did not agree with what he was doing.
I don't know.
Letting the
Something
borders
tells
be
me you might have
unsafe.
complained about Joe Biden once or twice in your life. And that's okay.
I've never
It's your
com-
First Amendment right to do that.
Yeah, I've never complained about him because personally I'm of African descent. I'm not originally from the U.S., but I'm right now I live in the U.S. So I feel like I have
Glad to
my
have you here.
take into what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, so the reason I disagree with Donald Trump so much is because he wants to make immigration for people that come all across the world much harder. And I don't think that he's, you talked about the war in Iran there. I understand they've been a threat for a very long time. The issue is, I don't think this is getting rid of the threat. I think it's making them a lot worse.
Yes, I believe everybody, has their own way of thinking about the situation. But another thing that I can mention is I do believe that this war that's going on from a spiritual, Christianity background, I believe that it is more spiritual than it is physical. And when you see the proxies in in the Iran, it's more of their faith that's telling them, oh, you cannot give up, then you're gonna be failing Allah and all these belief systems that they have. So when you think about the attacks that they're doing in Israel, I feel like this is more of a spiritual war than it is of a physical war. But we can talk about all of that. But what I like about Trump, he's trying to make the border safe, to make Americans safe, to make the economy better. So when you go to Iran, I believe that President Trump is looking both ways. He's looking at the lifestyle of Americans and the world's economy and all that.
Okay, so I think he's making the world economy worse. What state are you from, by the way, brother?
So I live back and forth, Arizona, Phoenix, and Ohio, Kentucky. Yeah.
So you live in Arizona, Phoenix, and Kentucky at the same, all
Yes,
three at the
because
same time?
I do travel a lot, and I
But
do
where
have
where do
family.
you vote? So you're from Arizona? Who did you vote for in the last election in Arizona?
I voted for Trump.
You voted, so you haven't done any like normal local elections or anything like that? Who's your representative in
No,
Arizona? Who's your representative?
no, like I told you, I go back and forth.
Ah,
So my
something tells me
representative
you're
right
not
now
actually
is
from
my.
America. I'm gonna be honest,
No,
man. Something
my
tells me.
represent.
Yeah, go on. Who's your representative in Arizona?
No, I'm not in Arizona currently. So my representative right now is Andy Bashir,
It's Andy
Kentucky representative.
Bashir. So now we live in
Yeah.
Kentucky. We didn't live in Arizona originally, but now we
I
live in
told
Kentucky.
you that I go back and
What
forth.
type of election does Arizona have? Is it a jungle primary? Is it a runoff?
No, right now you're trying to question my,
Yeah,
my
I'm questioning
intelligence.
you because you seem to be missing some details and you seem to be repeating one line over and over that Trump really did great on immigration. It's almost like you're being fed these lines or something.
No, I cannot be.
Trump
Yeah.
wouldn't do that. He wouldn't hire a bunch of people to defend him online, would he?
Then the Democrats won't have lied about all
Oh,
the things
look
that
at
they lied
that,
about
man.
him,
I got
trying to
you. You're kind of hook, line, and
trying to
sinker
keep
right
him
there,
out of
man.
trying to keep him out of office for no little reason, like just making cases up to keep the man from doing the job. When you see, I believe it's 15 years ago, Mr. Donald J. Trump talked about this Iranian war that's going on right now, and he was like, if nobody does nothing about this, they're going to attack us and they're going to make nuclear bombs and they're going. The person who will be in the right mind, allowing the other government to build something that's gonna harm your people, and you're not gonna do nothing about it. And like I told you, all the presidents that I know talked about the same issue that's going on right now. But when somebody is taking action about it, all the hell breaks loose, and there's no support. When whatever Trump is doing is going to protect a lot of American allies in the region. That's what I believe. But when you see that support is not there, yeah.
How much do they pay you?
No, I don't get paid at all. I just saw you live and I read the title and I was just like, let me just call in. But I don't get paid at all. I was just, giving my view.
I don't know if I believe
Yeah,
you
so I
because
don't
you
get.
couldn't tell me what type of primary that Arizona has, or Kentucky. I don't know if I quite believe you, man.
I know.
Like, when did you immigrate to the
I know, look.
U.S.? When did you immigrate to the U.S.?
Let me tell you something, man. Not everybody.
Well, when did that will
follows
clear it up. That'll clear it up. When did you come to the United States of America?
2014, and about 12
Okay.
years ago.
All right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad
And
to have you
like
here,
I
man.
told, yes, like I told you, I'm an African who just came, looking for life like everybody else. I came here legally, right? So, but because I live in the
What visa
USA
did you
and
come on?
sometimes I watch.
Yeah, what visa did
Say
you
that
come
again.
on? Yeah, what visa did you come? What program did you come under?
I came as a refugee, and in my country there was a lot of wars going on, and I had to, to find refuge. That's why
Yeah, Donald Trump doesn't.
I'm
Yeah, Donald Trump wouldn't have wanted you to come here. You know that, right? He calls all of the people from African countries. He said the countries were trash, and he wants to limit
no. He
immigration
talks
from those.
about the people who come here illegally.
No,
So
I'm talking
there's
about
no way,
something
like,
he said
yeah.
beforehand. He said that every African country is trash. Trash countries.
No, the president makes a lot of comments about different things. So I cannot merely judge somebody, just because they say something at the moment, but I will judge their motives. If you look at what the President Trump is doing right now, he's making, business deals with my country. My country is known to have a lot of gold, of course. I'm from Congo, right? So if the President Trump is trying to establish peace in my country and make good deals and make sure that people are not killing each other in where I'm from, originally from, I feel like that's something that I have the right to support and be like, oh, he's trying to make deals with my president and establish peace and do all these good things. In my opinion, what the president is doing with his team is right. And, everybody has the right to take sides or to think differently. But what I tell people, thinking differently doesn't make you a bad person. That's just who you are, your life experiences. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you have any bad intentions,
Yeah. Well, man, I'm getting some more calls, so I'll probably move on. But I appreciate the conversation, and thanks for coming to America. I think it's we definitely benefit from having you here, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And I love Americans, man. Y'all keep grinding.
Yeah. Well, all right, take care. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you. Thank you.
I think we're generally agreed, and I have this guy, Built Balance, chirping in the chat. Now's your time to call in, buddy. You were sewing out for the past 5 minutes, so feel free to call in.
Call from
Knox.
Knox.
Call from
Emily.
To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Those all sounded like children. Those all sounded like children. It says 18 plus. They may be like young women or something like that. The voices do kind of blend together. Anyways, feel free to call in if you guys disagree. I saw Built Balance. Call back in, man. We're waiting. We're waiting for the calls. Hold on. This number did call a lot, so I'll give them their chance, and I'll give them a chance. Hey, you called into the show? Oh, never mind. Hold on. Okay.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a...
I'm gonna scream this one. Hey, you called into the show? Hello? Hey, are you older than the age of 18? When's your birthday? Really? So you're 26 years old? You'd actually be 25. Good one. Hey, I appreciate you're interested in politics, so take care, buddy. There we go. Got him, ladies and gentlemen. Gosh, I'm so good at math. That's what they say. They say, that guy doesn't exist. He's the best at math in the entire world. They love me. Anyways, feel free to call in if you guys disagree. Got about 47 people in here. Shout out. I really appreciate that. We are looking for those that still support the administration. Let me give one of the numbers that called in a call back. I'm still not seeing Built Balance call in, and I was hoping for a good conversation. Breaks my heart. If you guys are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Guess not.
Your call has been forwarded.
Well, oh well. Anyways, feel free to call in. We are waiting for those that still support the administration. Also, if you guys want to see me react to MAGA voicemails, if we get 5 members, it really will help out the channel, and we'll go over MAGA voicemails. One moment. Just gotta send a message. All right, there we go. And let's get some music going while we wait for people to call in. I don't know, it's very hard to defend Donald Trump right now, so I don't blame people if they're too beat down because Trump has failed them on every aspect.
From.
Jerome.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press.
Hey, thanks for calling into the show. Did you disagree with anything that's been said on the live so far, or with the prompt?
Yeah. I do disagree that Trump is making America great. He is doing a great job.
I can't hear you, brother.
I said I do agree that Trump is making America great again, man.
Trump is making America great again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't hear you're gonna have to call back with a better mic, man. I can't really hear you.
Sorry.
That's okay, man. Don't worry about it. If you get a better mic, feel free to call back in. Hey, you called into the show? Hello? Is anybody out there? We're looking for intelligent life. We're looking. I can't see any, so I'm gonna hang up. They did it for me! Hell yeah! Anyways, feel free to call in if you guys are, if you guys disagree with what I have to say. Let's see, I got a new notification. Oh, IRI is back. Back on the Unfuck America tour. Shout out to IRI. We love him. Very cool guy. Very smart, too. Got a huge brain on his shoulders. He makes America weak by insulting and destroying our relationship with our allies. I totally agree with you, Quick Nicky. I like that name. Very fun. Anyways, feel free to call in if you guys disagree. We are looking for those that still support the administration, and I understand, you know, if I was a Trump supporter, I think it'd be very hard to support what's going on right now. But you guys voted for this. You voted for this loser. Anyways, feel free to take a stab, ladies and gentlemen. We're waiting with bated breath. Let me check the AP real quick. Let me check if I have any calls before I head out. Oh, we got another call.
Call from.
Jerome.
To accept, press 1. To send.
Hey, Jerome, how are you doing today?
All right, are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, brother. I can hear you now.
Okay.
So you think Trump is making America great again, right?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Okay, so how do you feel about this war in Iran? Do you think, what is that doing to contribute to our greatness?
That is actually keeping Islam out of America is what I want, and that's what I like.
Oh, I don't think that's
Iran,
happening.
well, I put it this way, if we can actually get rid of Islam, I don't care about Muslims. I love them. I just don't like their religion.
Oh, that's great. What if I say, you would be pretty upset if I said, I love Christians, I just don't like their religion, right? That's pretty. But anyways, if you're worried about a Muslim invasion of the United States, Donald Trump isn't stopping that. He sat down with the most prominent Muslim politician in America and said he was a great guy. He's not stopping the quote-unquote Muslim invasion.
Actually, he is.
Why'd he sit down with Mamdani then and say he was a great guy?
Well, you gotta flatter the people, I guess.
That's what I think it's because he doesn't actually agree with you and he's not afraid of Islam.
Trust me, you should be afraid of Islam.
Yeah, they say to stone women in the Bible too. They also say to do a lot of other things in the Bible. So I'm just as afraid of the Christian nationalism as I would be Islamic nationalism or Islamic authoritarian rule.
Yeah, there's just one difference. The Bible don't tell you to actively go out and kill people if they don't agree with you, or if you
That's not
so
what
much as
the Quran doesn't tell you to do that either.
it says to kill your enemies wherever you find them.
And there's no quote
Or
like
have
that
you
in the
not
Bible
read
at all? There's no quote like that in the Bible?
No, it does not tell you to go and kill people.
Oh, okay.
In the Old Testament, it started that way, but in the New Testament, no.
Well, the Old Testament is part of it, right? That's kind of part of the book,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you don't support murder. But most of the people who believe in the Islamic faith don't believe you should murder people either.
Yeah, no.
No, yeah.
So I just have one question. Do you support what's going on in New York City?
Doesn't matter what I support. Donald Trump supports it.
Actually, he doesn't. If my
How no?
document
How
doesn't
how does
stop,
he not? He
is
sat
looking
down
to-
with Mary Mamdani and said he was going to do a great job, man. I would live
I
under
guess
Mamdani.
you
That's what he said.
Yeah, and you don't look up anything that's recent because he says if he continues down his way, he is going to try to get him out of office. Because that
Oh,
is the
did he?
biggest city
No, I
in.
haven't seen that. No. I feel like I would have heard about that too if Donald Trump said something about how Mamdani was so evil. I feel like I would have heard about that, but I haven't.
Yeah, you don't like the way he's running the city. Have you not seen it?
Donald Trump has said that?
No, I'm talking about
Oh,
New
yeah.
York. Have you not seen how it's going?
I'm not here to talk about New York. I'm here to talk about Donald Trump.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And as
But-
far as Donald Trump is concerned, he supports what's happening in New York. So
Okay, man. I'll let you keep your delusions, but
it
was
sounds like
nice
you're the
talking
one
to
that's
you.
delusional. You think Donald Trump is your great savior here to save you from Islam, but he's more than happy to keep a Islamic mayor in New York City.
It's like y'all don't want him to be in office. He doesn't want him to be mayor. But it's like y'all can't
He
get him
hasn't
out of
displayed
office.
it.
He can't get him out right now.
He said he's fine with Mayor Mamdani. He said he liked him.
Like I said, you gotta flatter the people.
That's
No,
what he's doing. He's flattering the
most
people.
Americans do not
It's
want
okay. It's okay to
Islam
accept the
in
Islamic
their
invasion as long as,
country.
we can fist bump with it. What are you talking about? Mamdani, see, I feel bad for you because you know how shitty that looks for your narrative for Donald Trump to sit down with the most prolific Islamic politician and be totally cool with him. Really fucks up your narrative, doesn't it? That's why we're struggling so hard with it. Because you're like, well, he did it for the cameras. Like, that doesn't make much sense.
So it didn't make much sense when Mandami lied about everything he said he was going to do.
He lied about it all? I don't remember seeing that. What did he lie about?
Free buses, government stores, lowering rent.
They are starting their first government store. Moratorium on rent is a horrible idea. A horrible idea. So I'm glad he didn't follow through with that. And he's still working on the free buses. He's actually done quite a bit, way more than Donald Trump has.
So he done more than Donald Trump while running the city into the ground.
Doesn't seem like it's running into the ground. I don't see a mass exodus of New York City happening.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you really don't follow anything on the right, do you?
I really don't what?
It's all left. You don't follow no media that just...
I follow official sources like the AP, NPR, PBS. That's a good place to start, but I also follow the Wall Street Journal. Sounds like you might not follow any of those unbiased news sources, actually, sir.
Actually, I follow a lot.
Oh, really? What are some of the news sources that you get your information from?
Why do I have to tell you?
Oh, I told you mine.
Yeah, I know.
You were very confident that all I was doing was watching Clinton News Network, but when you heard about the news sources I follow, you kind of went silent there. What news sources do you follow? You were being so judgmental of mine. I think it's only fair that I ask what your preferences are. So please enlighten us. What news sources do you use?
I go to Truth Social.
Well, I think we've discovered your issue, my friend. I think we may have found a bit of a problem.
Okay.
So Truth Social, that's number one. What else? That it?
Yeah, that's the only one I'm going to give you.
Oh, wow. That's do you have like insider sources on the inside, man? Don't want to give those up. I don't blame you. Their positions are definitely under close review by the Trump administration, so I don't blame you. Well, what I would say is Truth Social is not the best place to get your information. I really do recommend checking out NPR, PBS, and the AP. AP much more on local issues, but I don't necessarily, it's not inaccurate when they talk about foreign issues, but I think the domestic side is a lot better.
Okay. I'll look into that.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, it's nice talking to you, man.
Yeah, nice talking to you too. Have a good day.
You too, man.
Truth Social? I think we may have found the issue. Doctor, I think we may be able to diagnose this one. Yeah, that's what happens. Hey, and I'm not mad at that guy at all. I think the issue really is people are not inundated with good information. I think they are just not having good information. Gunner, poor guy. He's seething and coping right now. Let him rest. Anyways, we're in our final 40 minutes of the stream. And we do have some more MAGA callers. Oh, we got one right now.
Call from
Steven.
To accept, press.
Hey, Steven. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. So do you disagree with anything that's been said on the live so far or with the prompt?
Yeah, I was hoping if we could engage in the prompt, I'd like to discuss that.
Yeah, I think he makes America look very weak in a variety of ways. So I'd love to hear, how
So,
do you think he makes us look strong?
yeah, so when you say that he makes America look weak, are you talking about does he make it look weak to other countries?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you think he makes it look weak to other countries?
Well, because he's unable to make a deal with Iran. One of our based Chad presidents, President Obama, he was able to make a deal with Iran, and he understood it wasn't going to take a measly 21 hours like J.D. Vance tried with. It took months, and he's just not competent enough of a politician to actually enact the deal. So what happens is, our other countries see that, and they say, oh, look at this loser diplomat. They think America's lost its mind, and I don't necessarily blame them.
Yeah, so when it comes to like foreign policy stuff like that, I mean, you're going to see that with leaders of just about any first world country. But I think what we should probably focus on would be, if you have a country that's capable of taking the president of Venezuela, I mean, is that a country that sounds weak?
Yeah, I think it's pretty weak that they're not able to find a diplomatic solution. Yeah, nobody's denying that our military is strong, my friend. No shit. They train all their life for stuff like this. What we judge it by is who is in control of our military and what their actions are saying about America. And Donald Trump's actions make us look weak. He's not able to get Venezuela to stop sending oil to China, so he just attacks their leader and scares them. Do you
So it
really
was the
think we
United
did
States military
anything?
that
Do
took
you
the
really
president
think?
of Venezuela, right?
Do you really? Yes. No. Nobody
Okay,
is
so who
denying
controls
that.
the United States military?
Donald Trump does, and he's doing it in a wanton
Oh.
way that makes us look very embarrassing. Do you think that was a
Embarrassing?
dub?
Okay, so you might say
Do
it
you
looks
think that was a
embarrassing, but
dub?
does it make
Hold on,
America
man.
look weak?
That's very interesting. So you would agree that Joe Biden was a super strong president too, right? Because he was behind the United States military.
That's not what the prompt is. We're trying to focus on the prompt here, buddy.
Oh, see,
The
that's
prompt is
interesting.
that
Well, I'm showing
Trump
you
makes
how
America look
I'm
weak.
showing you how hollow your theory is, because you're saying, "Oh, well, who controls the military?" And then I asked you about Biden, and you're real quiet about that one.
Your prompt has nothing to do with Biden, buddy. Your prompt is Trump makes America look
Yeah,
weak.
see, you just
Can
don't
try to
understand.
say-
You're not.
You're
You
the
have
one
an
who made the
ADHD
prompt.
brain.
We need to stay
I'm sorry.
focused. Buddy,
You
you're
have
the one trying to get
ADHD
off
brain.
topic.
I'm sorry. You're the one that's not on topic. If you don't understand
What
how
is the
that
topic,
question, if
other
you don't
than the prompt
understand,
that you
hold
posted?
on. What if you don't understand how that question relates to what you were asking? Then I think you might be missing a couple brain cells. But that's okay. We can talk about Venezuela. We can talk
Great.
about
Okay, so Trump led the military operation that resulted in us taking the president of Venezuela out of his own stormhold and brought him back to
Stormhold?
our
He was
country.
in a mansion.
Yeah, it was a military base. He was surrounded by personal guards. He was surrounded by like the elite, soldiers of
Imagine
his
how
military.
embarrassing that would have
and
been.
we didn't lose a single. We didn't lose a
Yeah,
single soldier.
I
not
mean,
a
imagine
single
how
soldier in the
embarrassing it
entire
would have
operation.
been. Yeah, imagine how embarrassing it would have been if we did. I mean, oh, geez. But yeah, nobody is
Yeah, but we
expecting
didn't.
the United
That's a
States
complete
military to
hypothetical,
struggle.
So why would you even engage with that?
Nobody is saying the United States military is not capable of unilateral military action. Nobody's saying that. The issue is it makes us look weak when we have to use our stick instead of actually doing the diplomacy option.
How? How does that make us look weak?
How does it make us look weak? Because it makes us resort to it makes us to resort to our last option.
How does that make us look weak?
Because we're not able to do it we're not able to do it diplomatically, so we have to use our military. It's like a
Okay,
big
but you're
dumb
not
baby.
answering
It's
my
like
question.
yes, I'm telling you exactly how it is, but you don't want to accept that.
I have yet to hear how us
Resorting
using
to our last
military
option. Okay, here. I mean, if you want me
makes
to
us
spell
look
it out,
weak.
if you want me to spell it out like a baby, then using last option make America look weak because we run out of option. Does that make you? Is that better for your liking, sir?
No, that's a terrible answer, because if you're thinking that America looks weak because we're using our military and using military force to enact, worldwide, to enact global operations successfully, where we can kidnap the president of a foreign country and bring them back without losing a single soldier. And if you think that that makes us look weak, I don't know what to tell you. That makes absolutely no sense.
You're just restating things, man. You didn't make any new point there. You're just restating things.
Because you haven't addressed it. You haven't addressed my point.
What have I not addressed? I said using military options makes us look weak. Hold on. I said using military options makes us look weak because we've exhausted all of our diplomatic measures and now we have to go with the last option.
Right. So what would make us look weak is if we tried to enact military operations but failed. And the thing is, the United States...
that wouldn't make us look weak. I mean, obviously that would make us look weak, but nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that, friend.
So you seem to have a problem understanding what the word weak means then.
No, you seem to have a problem understanding how actions look on the world stage. You seem to not understand that. You seem to think big
strength.
boom
It's
go.
called military strength.
You're sitting here in your ivory towers. I can hear it in your voice being very condescending, but when your ideology is actually boiled down, it really is big tank go boom, that make America look good.
Now, was the argument that makes America look good or that it makes America look strong?
That make America look strong.
In good faith?
Bro, you're not engaging in good faith.
So your prompt
you're not
false,
engaging
then.
with good faith in good faith at all.
So your prompt is completely false. You just admitted that it makes America look strong. So when
I was
you say that Trump
articulating
makes America look weak,
see, this
that's
is why you're
false.
so bad at this, man. Because I was articulating your point. I wasn't agreeing with it. You're bad
why
at
do you
this.
disagree? You have yet to actually address
Bro,
what
I
I'm telling you.
articulated it twice and you're just not engaging with it.
You keep saying that because America resorts to its last resort because they're using the big stick and big can't go boom, that makes us look weak. I fail to see how there's any sort of logical connection there. Like,
what are you talking about? It's so obvious. It's so obvious what the logical connection is. The logical connection is I would have preferred a diplomatic solution, and I think it would look better on the world stage. But you seem incapable of discerning these realities, friend.
So whether America looks strong or weak is determined by your preferences?
Oh my God. You are so
because
bad
you
faith,
prefer
bro.
diplomatic. You
came on here. I thought I was going to have an intelligent
conversation.
conversation. I thought I was going to have an intelligent conversation, but this man here has to just restate what I'm saying 9 times.
You do not understand what weak means then. You
Bro,
keep
I
saying,
think you don't understand how geopolitics works. I don't think you understand it.
How do you think wars are won, buddy? By fucking debates?
I think wars, I would prefer the war not to be fought in the first place.
Okay, you can prefer this and you can prefer that, but it doesn't change.
And I know how these things have been solved in the past too. So I'm also
really? How was World War II won? Was it us going over
yes,
to
we
Germany
are.
and
Venezuela was as dire as
saying,
World War II.
Really
listen to the extreme you're saying.
This.
Hold on, pipe down, buddy. I know. Listen to the extreme you just said. Venezuela is the same is as dire as World War II. Is that
you're
what you're
completely
saying
straw manning me? You're completely straw manning me. Never said that. Never made that comparison.
Well, then why'd you bring it up?
Because you're saying that using military operations to achieve our goals globally is weak.
That's not what I'm saying.
And you say that the best
That's
way
not,
to
I'm saying it looks weak when we don't exhaust our diplomatic solutions, but it's also weak because of the result that came from that military action.
Again,
we didn't
you
do
keep
anything.
saying the word weak, but you don't seem to understand what that word
Bro,
actually
I know
means.
you're getting.
You can
yes,
levy
I
as
do.
many criticisms as you want against
you
Trump
are not
and his decisions
answering
of how
any
to use the military.
questions. You're pivoting, bro. You should join the basketball court.
How am I pivoting when I'm bringing you back to the prompt? Your prompt is Trump makes America look weak.
Yes,
you
and I'm trying to explain that, but you soy out about the word weak. It's like I can't bring you back to anything, man. We can't have a normal conversation. You keep reiterating what I'm saying. Like, thank you. I can use ChatGPT for that, though, friend.
So again, the reason I brought up World War II is because you said that you would
You got
prefer
really
diplomatic
triggered about that.
processes. You'd prefer diplomatic
Is
processes
the
to
Venezuelan
complete
regime
global
the same
goals.
as the Nazi regime?
Buddy, can you stay on topic? And you're completely
Bro, I'm
strawmanning
asking
me.
you a
I asked
question
you-
and you're
no, I
not
asked you a
fucking
question
answering
first.
because you know how stupid you look right now.
I asked you a question first. You have an obligation to answer, and then I'll
All
answer
right,
your
what
question.
is the question? Go off.
My
Tell
question
me
is:
the,
Would you
ask the question.
prefer diplomatic processes to achieve America's goals?
Yes.
Would you say then that because
I'd
we
say,
did not
hold on,
use
let
strictly
me hedge it.
diplomatic ways to
Let
win
me
World War
say-
II, did that make us look weak?
No, because this is obviously context matters, and it was in a much different time in the world history.
What
Do
does it
you
have to do
deny
with
that
anything?
context matters in a situation?
Never said that, but I'm asking you, what does that matter? If it
But
was a
why are
different
you
time
making
period, it
this?
could have
Why are
been
you
1800, it could have been
comparing these?
1916,
Why are
doesn't
you
matter.
comparing these two when they are obviously two very different actions?
I'll tell you why.
You
because
can see
are
how you
insisting-
can see how I would
Okay, go
prefer
ahead and cut me
military
off.
action in one situation, but in the other situation I wouldn't prefer it, right? You can see that. We're nuanced
So
men.
As I was saying, you are insisting that diplomatic solutions are somehow less weak than
Yes.
using military action.
Yes, because we
Like-
are allowed
like
to
the
get
force.
people to do concessions, and we're allowed to not send our military service members out to die. Also,
So-
I'm glad you're confident about Venezuela, but that story is still being written, my friend. You understand we didn't replace the regime, right?
Yeah, I understand that that's a whole complex situation, but again, I'm trying to
Oh,
stay
so like
engaged in the prompt.
military action
Trying to
didn't
stay
solve
on
it,
the
did
prompt.
it?
You're
Military,
pivoting, dude.
bro, you're
pivoting.
trying not to
You're
answer any
constantly
question.
accusing your
I'm
listeners of
asking
being
you
like, "You're
one
pivoting,
simple
you're
question.
pivoting." Buddy,
Bro,
you're
did
pivoting.
military action solve that?
What? Solve what? Taking the president of Venezuela? Yes.
Did military
Yes, it
action
fucking did,
solve
and we
the
did it without a
drugs
single
flowing
fucking
from
block.
Venezuela? Did it stop the drugs flowing? We're still bombing boats. Didn't seem like it stopped much.
It's an ongoing
Seems like
operation.
a big old baby just shat all over Venezuela and had to cry like a little bitch.
Right, but
He's
did it
like,
make us
I
look
don't
weak,
need
though?
help. I'm so afraid. I'm afraid of Maduro. I got rid of Maduro, but I'm not smart enough to.
Yeah, we got
actually-
rid of him. Did we get rid of him through our fucking weakness, you dumbass? Like, did we get rid of
Yes,
him
it
through
was
our
weak.
weakness?
We were
What-
weak as fuck. We weren't able to get
Okay,
an
bro.
actual any concessions. And now the same regime is in charge, and you're sitting here laughing about it because you know how stupid you
Yes,
look
'cause
right
it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Next time a police officer tries to arrest someone, maybe they should just say, "Oh, you're being so weak right now." While they're getting handcuffed and
now.
fucking
That
pinned to
doesn't
the ground and
relate
thrown
at
in a
all to
cop
what I
car.
said. You're just making a hypothetical that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't
You really
relate to
can't make the
anything I've
connection?
mentioned. You're just no. I don't see that. Here, make the connection for me.
Right. So have you ever heard
you know,
of the
jokes
phrase
are
"might makes
historically
right"?
very funny when you have to repeat them and explain them to people.
Have you ever heard the phrase "might makes right"?
Yes. No. Whoa. No. That's a huge new concept. Never heard of it. Explain it.
Well, it must be if you think that, you know.
Well, explain
might
it.
is
Yeah. How does
weakness.
might make right? How does might make right? Explain it to me.
I didn't say that it did. I asked you if you knew the phrase.
Well, I'm asking you. What does the phrase mean? So explain. How does might make right? I don't get it.
It means that in the end, the strongest gets to decide the rules.
Oh, that's great. That's how we like our society, right? Like, for example,
Buddy,
Donald
that's just
Trump.
how
I
things
remember when Donald Trump and Joe Biden got in the boxing ring. I remember them fighting and duking it out.
I mean, that would be really hilarious to see. But the point is,
Well, you could see it, you know. Hunter Biden is down to beat the fuck out of Eric Jr. and Don Jr. So, or Eric.
well, maybe if
and
he
Don
snorts
Jr.,
a line of coke, he'd get that extra boost of strength and energy that he would need
he's
to
off the
finish and win
coke.
the round.
Eric is not though. Eric is still very much, and so is Don Jr. That knows
Hunter
candy.
Biden, maybe he can have his hookers as backups for him.
I think maybe the Saudi Arabian businessmen will back up the Trump family. But anyways, please, like I still don't understand your point. Your point literally is we look strong when we use military action, even though I've brought up
Yeah.
multiple times how that's not the case, and you're just not accepting it, man.
right because it's not true. If we're making successful military operations, that is strength.
That's not true.
That
So
is
like
strength.
when we invaded
there's
Iraq,
no other way to look at it.
when we invaded Iraq, how did that work out?
Under George W. Bush,
No, I'm just wondering, how did it work out?
that was a different president. And we're engaging with the prompt, remember? You said that Trump makes America look
Bro,
weak.
stop. You know this cooks you because that's an example of how we used unilateral military we used our unilateral military options and it didn't really work for us. As a matter of
Right,
fact,
so would you say
people
it was a
show
failure?
Iraq and they're like, "Oh, America really fucked up there." And they do that
Yeah,
the
would
same
you say
for
that was a
Afghanistan.
military failure?
They do the same
Was
for
that a military
Afghanistan.
failure
That's
too?
not the prompt, is it? You were so upset about the prompt.
I thought
You're
we were
saying,
talking
I'm
about
just
the
saying it
invasion of
makes us
Iraq
look
and
weak.
Afghanistan. I
And
was
you're
answering-
here
I was
saying, oh
responding to you,
no, it was a military success, but that's not the prompt now, is it?
I'm responding to what you are talking about. You brought up the invasion of Iraq. You brought up Afghanistan. I'm responding to that. I'm asking you a question. Do you think those were military successes or military
It doesn't
failures?
matter if they're a military success. It matters if it
Right,
makes
'cause
America
you know
look
exactly
weak
where
or
I'm
not.
going with this, man.
Bro,
You know
the
exactly where I'm
military
going with this.
success isn't the only way we gauge these things. You know that. You're not that dumb. You know that.
But if you say that Trump is making America look weak, that is just
He is
demonstrably
when
false.
he constantly waffles on his positions, man. It's not just about our military. When he waffles on his positions, I'm going to invade Iran. There's a ceasefire. I'm going to put boots on the ground. Never mind, there's a ceasefire. I'm going to put a blockade up. JK, 26 ships got through. That's weakness.
Those sound like diplomatic solutions to me. Those actually
I
sound
literally
like ways
just
to
said
avoid
military
conflict and dead
operations.
bodies.
I literally
Yeah, but
just
that
said
sounds like-
military
yeah, I don't
operations,
know.
which he has committed in,
I
and you're
don't
saying
know.
those
It
are
doesn't sound like
diplomatic
he's the
solutions.
trigger-happy,
I
crazy
can
guy you
tell.
think he
I
is.
can tell why you are a MAGA supporter. I can tell.
Okay. So anyways, you think that Trump makes America look weak. Meanwhile, we have the strongest military in the entire world.
Nobody's
and so
denying
that's why your
that.
prompt makes absolutely no sense.
Nobody's denying that, bro. Oh my God. You don't
your
listen
very
to
prompt
anything.
is
You're
denying it.
literally just pointing to our military and say, look, those big. Yeah, nobody's saying our military ain't good. It's the
Yeah,
man
that's called
behind the
strength, dude.
military.
That's
That's
called
the important part.
That's called strength, my friend.
So
If it's
I have a
big
question. I have a
military and we're
question.
able
When
to do-
Trump
if
shits
we're
his
able to
pants in
enact
the
our
White
will
House, does
anywhere
that?
in the world, that's
I have a
strength.
question. Let me ask a question. When Trump shits himself in the White House, does that make us look strong?
When he does what in the White House?
When he shits himself. Have you not seen the famous
Okay.
clip of him pooping his pants?
Yeah, I'm sure that was another nice.
No,
clickbait
you can
article that
hear
got
it,
from
bro.
The esteemed
You
Wall
can
Street
hear it.
Journal,
There's
right?
like a whole like they're asking him a question and then you hear it go and then like the person behind him, she gives like this weird look like, "Oh, that's fucking gross." And then they rush the reporters out. It's very embarrassing.
Okay.
But you're saying
Whether
that
was
man
real or
makes us
not, I
look
don't really
strong?
care.
You're saying that man makes us look strong?
Yeah, he does.
While he
Not through
shits,
that,
I mean,
if that's
hey,
real or
I
not.
mean, if he's got a full loaded diaper while making us look strong, I don't know, man. I think it.
But is the question whether he makes himself look strong or if he makes our country look strong?
I think he makes us look weak, to be quite honest.
You still have not demonstrated that. You keep saying
Bro,
that it's
yes, I
because he's
have.
not
You just
using
don't want to
diplomatic
accept
processes.
anything. You just don't want to accept that reality because you know Donald Trump makes us look like fucking idiots, but you're not
All right, let
willing
me-
to engage in that.
Let me steelman your position then. Your position is
I don't need you
that
to steelman
because
my
Trump
position,
does
bro.
not use
Bro, I
diplomatic
don't need you to
processes, that
steelman my
makes
position.
America
I
look
need
weak.
you to steelman your position, which you haven't been able to do. All you've been able to do is point to our military and say, look how good it is. Nobody's denying that. We're talking about the men behind the military. We're talking about the executive in chief, bro.
Bro, instead of spurging out, can you like?
Bro,
enact
you're the
with
one
my-
spurging out. I'm spurging out because you don't have any response to this, and you think you sound smart. And it's a real
Diplomatic
problem.
processes are not what make countries strong. It's force.
Why?
That's
Why
what makes
is that?
countries strong.
Why is that? You
Because-
haven't disregarded any of that. You've just said,
Because
well, we
might
use our
makes
military,
right.
so that's it. Okay, so I'm so glad that's your reasoning. Might makes right.
Yeah,
well, there we
unfortunately,
go.
that's
I
how
mean,
the world works.
yeah, I remember the top bar lifter, the top lifter in my town. He makes all the political decisions for us. It's insane.
You know that that's a completely bad faith argument that you're making.
No,
you know what I mean
how is
when
it
I
bad
say that
faith?
might
Explain
make
it.
right.
Explain how it's bad faith to the people. They'd love to know.
I'd be happy to. So on the world stage, might makes right. In other words, if the strongest countries are going to enact their will on the weaker countries. And that's
Yeah, and I
exactly what
want
America is doing.
to do that, but
they
unfortunately,
are.
Donald Trump isn't interested in that. He's talking about only the Western Hemisphere. Last time I checked, we were the world police. So why the fuck is he only talking about the Western Hemisphere?
We are not the only military in the entire world, but we are the strongest. There are other contenders that are almost as strong as our military.
Oh, see, I
But there are also
disagree.
countries that are much,
China
much weaker.
Or Russia really has much in terms of standing up to the U.S.
Fair enough. So then that sounds like we are the uncontested strongest military in the world.
Yeah, and
i.e.
it sounds
the
like we should
strongest
probably
country.
follow.
i.e.
We should
the
probably
strongest
follow the
country.
rules that we set up, right? Like we set up
But
the UN.
whether we follow
Why
the
aren't we
rules or
following
not
their
is up
rules?
to
It's
us.
like we set up a court, and now we're like, oh, I'm upset that you guys are fining me.
Who's going to tell us we can't? Poland?
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Venezuela?
Yeah.
Who's going to tell us
I
we
remember
can't?
there.
Poland?
I remember
Chile?
there was like a certain country that like they had a
Uzbekistan?
Reich and
Like, who's gonna
everything.
tell us
They
we
thought
can't?
the same thing, and it ended so well for them, right?
You think
And there was
that we
also
are
like a
weak
whole
country?
Soviet Union that thought the exact same thing. Ended up great for them, right?
America is demonstrably a strong country, and that's through the strong military, which you've already conceded we have.
Yeah, the
How
Soviet
else is a
Union had a
country
strong
measured?
military too. Soviet Union had a strong military too. They still fell. What's going on?
How else is a country's strength measured other than by its military might?
By its diplomatic abilities, by its
Bullshit.
resources, by its economic output, which America is #1 in the world. I don't know.
That sounds pretty strong to me.
Yeah, Donald Trump's making it weaker.
All right.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to engage in an argument. Poor guy, he got killed. Oh my goodness. What a sad man. Oh my goodness. He didn't want to engage. I think he realized how bad he was looking towards the end there. Sad for that guy. Anyways, I think we're on the last 20 minutes here. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Sorry, when somebody is condescending like that, it really does just annoy the fuck out of me. I'll be honest, guys. Yeah, he rage quit. I think he realized how stupid his argument was. Military big, so we strong. Yeah, no shit. Nobody's saying our military sucks, bubs. If you think the guy that hung up got killed, you need to get back on your medication. Listen, I know I embarrassed you, man, but that doesn't mean you have to cope with your alt account. I know. It hurts to lose. Didn't America get into a decade-long engagement with rice farmers and lose? Yeah, that's something else, man. No, we pulled out. We didn't lose. We pulled out. Yeah, it's almost like our military, having the best military in the world isn't the entire piece of the cookie. It's almost like you gotta think about other things other than just how big your stick is. Trump said that Obama was weak because he will bomb Iran, so which one is it? That's a great question. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious he started struggling towards the end there. I just, I wish he would listen a little bit more. Poor guy. Wish he would listen instead of just coping. And he was like, let me steelman your argument. Bubs, I don't need you to steelman my argument. I'm looking for the steelman for yours. I love this terminology, by the way, the steelman, the straw man. It's like, This is so sad. It's like we can't have a real conversation here. Vladimir Putin uses his military the same way Trump and Hegseth do. How do you view Russia? Dictatorship is coming. You can't deny that. I don't think Donald Trump's competent enough to overturn the elections, but we're going to have a lot of work once Trump gets out of office actually bringing back these regulations and bringing America back to a position that we are strong. Funny when he handed the one terrorist a picture of his house. Bro, what are you talking about? You talking about when he shook hands with the Taliban? Yeah, I think that does make us look weak. I thought we didn't negotiate with terrorists. But Trump seems okay with that. As long as he gets a dub in politics. Anyways, I don't know if we're going to have any more call-ins, so I might just call it here, guys. We're up to 45 likes. Thank you guys so much. That's huge. That makes it to where more people come into the stream and people are able to see my channel. Let's end the poll with 391 votes. It is decided. Pete Cake's Breath is an alcoholic, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe it? Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna head out. Let me get the channel. I won't raid into them because I don't have that unlocked yet. But I highly recommend you guys go check out IRI. Go check out my boy IRI. He's live right now. He just got back from the Unfuck America tour, so shout out to him. Go check out IRI. He's a super cool guy. He's pretty fly for a white guy, if I do say so myself. And I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for the likes and the subs. That's huge. Let me see how many subscribers we got while we were live here. Let me take a look. Oh my goodness. We're already up to 52. Watch out. We're getting close to that 1,000 number. But anyways, guys, go check out IRI. Super cool dude. And with that being said, I think we're going to wrap up the stream with a little bit of music. With a little bit of music. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, peace and have a great day. Go check out IRI. Super cool dude. Smart, intelligent. A gamer. That's what I've heard. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.